Hey, everyone. Sorry, I'm 5 minutes late. School bus was not running on time. And yeah, I had to make sure everything was cool there because I took them today, but I didn't pick them up today because I had to work. But sorry about that. Um, Let me take you into the intro. How's everybody doing on this beautiful Tuesday? It's been a beautiful day. Beautiful outside. I actually turned my air on. It was too hot. I've been crazy busy all day. It's been a busy day. Okay, I'm going to play the intro. Hopefully, it'll play well. The littles are fed. Mama Kathy was smart. Dinner ready on the table. Well, they usually eat a big snack when they come home. Just had an early dinner. And then they'll have another snack before they go to bed. But yeah, I had all that ready. Anyway, and I put in a full day work. Besides doctor's appointments this morning and running around crazy, it's been a busy day. I'll be back. Home in the valley, home in the city, home isn't pretty, ain't no home for me. Home in the darkness, home on the highway, home isn't my way, home I'll never be. Burn out the day, burn out the night. Can't see no reason, don't put up a fight. I'm living for giving the devil his due. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. Time is the essence, time is the season, time ain't no reason, got no time to show. Time everlasting, time to play these sides. Time ain't on my side, time will never know. Burn out the day, burn out the night. Now I want to tell you what's wrong from what's right. I've seen suns that were freezing and lives that Sorry about that. I jumped it ahead trying to stop the thing. All right, that's all right. It was over anyway. It's a Tuesday. I just yeeted my whole screen. No, Bubba, you're not going to be barking. No, no, sir. Bubbalicious, lay down. Bubbalicious, stop. Place, place. He looks at me like, woman, you're going to quit telling me place one of these days. The look on his, it's like, screw you. You go to place. I'm not going to place. But he goes to the place. Yeah. Anyway, I got to change my background. It's all wintry and stuff. And I know some people are still getting bad weather, but it's been beautiful here. Yeah. I feel bad about wanting to change it because I know some people are still having bad weather. Oh, good Lord. Plug in your phone, cat, or it's going to die. I've been so busy. It was just so hectic today, so busy. And on my short little break, because I didn't take a lunch today because I logged in late because I had kid did a doctor's appointment early this morning. Um, my little did, and I was smart. I scheduled their wellness checks, their yearly big physicals. I scheduled them for during spring break. But yeah, anyway, so I didn't take a normal lunch today. I just took a 10-15 minute break, and I jumped up on Granny's panel. It was fun listening to her today. It made work go faster. It was crazy, crazy, crazy. Meetings out the bazooka with people. It's like, ugh, what I hate the most. But today, there's a lot to talk about. All this confusion. I don't know if it's. Let me say hi to everybody, and then we'll get into it because I don't know if people are. It's because of how they feel about either party or both parties, or if they're just confused and not really understanding. So, hey, Miss B. Hey, Willows. Hey, Lucia. Hey, Cat 1961. Set my goal. Oh, guys. All right. God. See, look, I can't remember everything. I was thrilled to have dinner and everything done. And guess what? Dessert was done. They ate, even though it was an hour early. But they eat a huge snack anyway, which is usually sandwich and chips and fruit when they come home. So I just had dinner ready today, and now they'll have a big snack. But yeah, they get cake for a snack tonight because we got to get rid of this damn birthday cake. But they got a kick out of it. They were like, "Oh wow!" I'm like, "Yeah, don't get used to it." No. Hey, Betty, member for 18 months. Thank you, Betty, showing love and support. Clemson girl, you've been a member for 32 months? Holy cow. That is freaking awesome. Thank you. You've been here since pretty much the beginning. Wow. Thank you. It's been crazy. I wonder why the buses were acting so wanky today. Huh. Hey, Tro, good to see you. Lindsay, good to see you. Zero Fox given. Hey, Purple Dragon. 58 and Fabulous in the house. How are you? It's good to see you. Hey, Marcy. I'm still waiting on you, 58. You go out and have some fun, get in some trouble. Hey, I Rocky. Hey, Shauna. Step, not that step, don't side eye me. And listening while shampooing. Oh, I got to do my area rug and I dread it, but I'm going to do it. And I want to do the kids' rooms. Really, I want to get them. They need new carpeting, but at least it still comes clean. Anyway. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, Wise Mom. Jimmy. Hey, Italy. How are you? Hey, Nan. Hey, Ever Love Me. You're back? All right. So everybody, you know how to do that YouTube stuff. Um, yeah, just do all that YouTube stuff, And, hey, you can become a misfit too. All right, there. I said it. All said and done. I'm going to go take a bubble bath. Oh, you have a headache. Ugh, my headaches are awful. Will you enjoy your bubble bath? Calgon, take me away. I remember those commercials. I remember those days. Sometimes I still want Calgon to take me away. Hey, J Dub. Hey, Kelly. Crocheting a baby blanket for grandbaby number 4. It's pink. It's a girl. Oh, I'm so ready. Not enough words to express how much. I'm sure 58 was one. That's amazing. Congrats. That's awesome. Good crochet knitted blanket. It's freaking awesome. Anyway, so my daughter has some type of infection. The doc doesn't think it's behind the stomach virus. He just he doesn't think it's really the sign. He doesn't think it's a sinuses either. He thinks it's in the gland there, which has happened to her a couple years ago. I mean, her face swelled up awful. Um, so I don't know. We'll have to do. Hey, Winnie. I know it's very painful. It hurts her a lot. The girl's living on uh, ibuprofen, Motrin. But hopefully the medicine will knock it out today, and well, start today anyway. And it won't knock it out that quick, but you know what I mean. Hoping that's all it is. And yeah, my computer's making weird noise. Sorry. Yeah, I thought it was. We thought it was behind because she had that stomach virus, and she stayed home Friday, which she was not happy about. I'm like, you missed 3 days of school this year. You're good. Okay, you're good. You're allowed. And then she pukes, and then she says, "Yeah, I gotta stay home." But yeah, it's not. It wasn't. It not. It could have aggravated it, but it's not the cause of it. So, oh man, this thing's. I hope she does too, because she's my drama queen. This thing is making some wanky noise. Yeah, I talked to the computer guy. He told me, yeah, your system's dying. I said, no shit. Would it cost a lot to fix it? He said, you don't want to. I said, okay. He said, it's not worth it. I agree. It's not. So anyway, they're doing a cook off in special area in class. They're doing St. Patty's Day pancakes, and it's in teams of 3, and the best pancakes win. So guess what we're doing tomorrow? We're practicing making pancakes because she wants to practice to make sure she wins. You have a train to start. Choo choo. Oh, thank you, J Dog. Thank you. So I get to let her practice making pancakes. I don't particularly care for pancakes. Neither does she. She doesn't like pancakes. She'll eat them if you make them real little, like flapjacks. She'll eat maybe one, but she doesn't like pancakes. She never did. Um, Yep. See, it's shutting on and off. Oof. He was so right about what it, I didn't even eat. The dude knew as soon as I started talking to him. I was like, yeah, fuck you. Hey, Blondie. Anyway, it's just par for the course for me. So, hey, as long as it holds out till I get taxes and shit taken care of, I'm good. If I can get that out of it, I'll be happy. I'm knocking on wood. I gotta have real wood though. I'm outside. And make Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck. Well, they're doing clover pancakes, and they're putting green food coloring in. Yeah. Anyway, it's for St. Patty's Day. Hey, 10-11, and the best teams, the best pancake, that team wins because they're not going to be in school on St. Patty's Day, which she was so upset about because she has an outfit from head to toe. I mean, she got the skirt, the top, the real high socks, She got the hairpiece. I mean, she's got it. She's laid out. Green nail polish. She's laid out. She's ready. And it's special for her because it's my hubby's birthday and it'll be the first year. Anyway, so she's gonna wear it the last day they're in school before spring break. That's when they're doing the cook up and stuff. That's when they're celebrating St. Patty's Day, so that's when she's gonna wear it. Hey Cheesy, good to see you. How are you? I would love to be the judge. Oh, me too. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? I mean, they're even going to put green whipped topping on them. But I made sure I stopped at the store with all my running around. I made sure that I had stuff so she could practice because, you know. Hey, Tammy. But okay, I hear you making this noise. Stop, stop, stop. Stop, stop, stop. Maybe if I slam it down. I'm afraid if I do that, it'll go out. Anyway, sorry if you guys hear that. Um, yeah. I'm just gonna let her have fun. I'm just gonna get out the small little griddle and just let her have fun. What's the worst that could happen? I have to wipe the counter off a couple times. I do that anyway. So hey, she's got to learn, right? You guys don't hear it? Oh, good. It sounds like a very bad jackhammer turned low. Yeah, yeah. I thought she loves French toast. Now they love breakfast for dinner. Oh, they like me to make homemade hash browns and eggs, but I have to make two different kinds of eggs because of course she's not eating dippy eggs. Only he does. But yeah, anyway, and bacon and or I'll use taco shells and I'll make home fries, bacon, scrambled eggs and cheese and put it all inside and toast them. Oh my God, they're to die for. The kids will tear them up. But yeah, pancakes. My son loves them. He eat them every day if I let him. My husband, they would sit there and or fluffy eggs. Yes, yes, I like my scrambled eggs very fluffy. I don't like it. Hey, criminal med. Yeah, it is the fan, amongst other things. Oh no, they're. Oh, thank you, Kelly. But it's just doing what a mom's supposed to do. Listening while having dinner, good for you. Breakfast burritos are good too. I made them with sausage and homemade. Oh yeah, I'll do them for dinner because it takes. You got to make that. I got to make the make my own hash browns out of fresh potatoes, no frozen shit because you know the work you're going to put into the frozen, you can just shred yourself a couple potatoes, okay? And then you got to cook the whatever meat, sausage, bacon, whatever you're using. Then you got to cook. It's a process. Same thing when I do homemade strombolis. You got to have everything ready for what? Because everybody wants something different in their stromboli. Omelet, yeah. Good ham and cheese omelet. Now you guys are making me hungry. I didn't know the name of scrambled, so I called them fluffy. Yeah, I like my scrambled eggs. Yeah. Oh, breakfast pizza's good, Marcy. And they're exploring their taste buds. But I'll tell you what, do you guys anybody ever eat any of those Takis? You know what I'm talking about? Dippy eggs. Yes, dippy eggs. Must have I gotta have a yellow to dip into. If I like scrambled eggs, if they're made right and they're fluffy and not all and flat, but I prefer sunny side up. But you can go over easy and still have your dippiness without and have the white completely cooked because I can't stand the white not cooked. No, don't give me an egg with runny white. No, because you can do it and you can still have plenty of yellow to be dipping in. Eggs Benedict. They haven't tried that yet. Western omelets. My husband's favorite. That and pancakes. And of course, you have to have eggs on your pancakes. My husband never had pancakes without eggs. You got to have dippy eggs in your on your pan. You got to have eggs on your pancakes. I mean, he just no. All you got to do is put a lid on it. That's all you got to do. Biscuits and gravy sounds amazing. Yeah, good sausage gravy. Yes, and then that's really not hard to make. You do, but yeah. See, look at my little we eat four of them. I'm like, oh, but I wish they wouldn't have told her weight at the doctor's because she's well within the normal range of weight for her age and height. But to her, apparently, the girls are starting to wear makeup, mascara, and stuff because she's been nagging me for it and she can nag away. My daughter's not wearing makeup yet. It's bad enough that she has to wear it on stage for dance. That's the only time. And the only reason I allow it is because you have to, because you'll be washed out on stage. You need it on stage. But as soon as she comes off that stage, mama's right there with the wipes cleaning that face. But yeah, she's been harping on me, and I'm like, mm-mm. She's like, well, what do I got to do to earn it? I said, maturity. And she says, okay, I'm going to go look it up. So she went and looked it up, and she came in and told me all these things she's going to do to prove to me she's mature enough to wear makeup. I said, okay, get busy. It's going to take you a couple years. I let her wear very lightly tinted lip gloss, very faintly tinted, but that's the extent of it. And I guess all the other girls are starting to do it. And she is going to be in sixth grade next year. But still, I remember when I was in ninth grade, I wasn't allowed to wear makeup. We would stop. The car dealership was between our house and the school. We would stop there and we would congregate in the bathroom and we would put our makeup on. And then after school, we would all congregate back in the bathroom and take our makeup off before we went home. I don't want him to know that story though. But she can't do that because I'm picking her up. So anyway, kids grow up too fast today. Hey, just Samantha. I'm not ready for the makeup thing. I'm not ready, and she's not ready. She's still very much a little girl, and I want her to stay that way for as long as possible. But apparently, someone said, "Well, they were talking about weight. The girls were talking about weight and how you don't want to be fat." And so she had the nerve to look at the doctor and say, "Does that mean I'm fat?" He looked at her and said, "Good God, no." He said, and she's not. Um, eh, you have to cook tonight, and I don't want to. Mean, well, I already had dinner ready. I'm lucky enough that I'm working from home. I can do things at home, but I got up at 3, so I had time to get it ready. Today was one of the days I didn't have a lot of time to do things around the house because it was just busy. So, and heck, next week I gotta go. Oh, I gotta go into the office and go to a doctor's appointment. And but I found a way there, so I took 30 minutes off my travel time. So instead of an hour and a half, it's an hour and 15 minutes each way. So yeah, I dread that, but it's got to be done. Turned 22 years old. Well, happy birthday. How do I feel old? I hear you, Tammy. My nieces are 14 and 17. They don't wear much makeup, but I bought them each one of those caboodles to put their makeup in. They love them. Aw. Yeah, well, she wants to wear mascara. She likes the tinted lip balms, but believe me, they're very lightly tinted. And I'm going to order some more for in our Easter basket. Bubblicious, stop, place. Stop. Baba, stop. No, sir. Anyway, he's barking at absolutely nothing. Hey, freedom for me. Maybe a clear mascara. Oh, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. Yes. And then I was explaining to her what happens to your lashes over time of wearing mascara, caked on mascara. How you lose them and then you have to start wearing false eyelashes. Yeah, she wasn't happy about that scenario. She said, "Well, so I'll put it on so don't cake on." I'm like, "It's not like that. So you enjoy your pretty long lashes while you have them." Oh, happy birthday! That's a good idea though, to clear mascara. What's a caboodle? A cadoodle, a caboodle. Yeah, what? I don't know. I think it holds It's full of makeup, right? I don't know. We usually for the stage makeup, you have to use the bright colors, especially on the lips and cheeks. I, I hate it. But it's only for the dance recital, and then the makeup is gone. And for every dance recital, it's different colors, so you end up having to buy it all over again. And you're never going to use it again because nobody in their right mind is going to walk the street with them bright colors at that age. But it is what it is. It's a makeup tackle box. Okay. Hey, Hope, how are you? Okay, so let's talk. All right. I took some notes here. All right. Look, I have listened to so much chatter. And you know what, Granny, good for you. You did a great job today. You really did. You really did, Granny. I don't, um, she just, the chat was wild. People were not happy with nonsense for having her own opinion. The thing is, we're allowed to have our own opinions about what's going on. And nobody's. Oh, do you want an echo chamber where everybody agrees exactly down the line? Hell no. That'd be fucking mundane and boring. But everyone's allowed to have their own opinions. Do I think some people's feelings are for Julie or for Brittany or maybe clouding it somewhat? Yes, I do. But at the end of the day, like I said in my live the other day when Julie came up, it doesn't matter what we think or what we say because we don't have no control over what that court is going to do. And I was correct in what I said. And I know that people have been saying, no, that was incorrect. And they were saying it to Julie, not me. But hey, Deborah, but we both were correct. In order, there had to have been probable cause for it to move forward to a hearing, point blank and simple. That does not mean that Julie's going to win or that BJ's going to win. We don't know because we don't know what all evidence was submitted. And we may never know, especially if it falls under protected class. It may be completely sealed. BJ and Craig need to understand consequences. They really do. And hey, had she not done the shit that they've done, the door would have never been opened for this. Hey, Java. Exactly. And I love that it was a discussion and it was okay to disagree. It's okay. That doesn't mean that you're mad at somebody or you're feuding with somebody. You're not always going to agree and feel the same way about things. But, you know, I that night on my live, I read the laws not once but twice to you. And I made it clear that it would be the judge or whomever they're using that would decide if there was enough probable cause after the police reports were submitted with whatever evidence that was attached to them. They would review it and see if there's enough probable cause to proceed, and they did. Hence is why there's a hearing, which does mean that you're being summoned to a hearing. BJ? Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Lindsay. I support standing up against what you feel is harassment with a good justice system. Yeah, and that's true. We can't tell her this is not the same as what BJ did to Clue and Cletus. Do you want to know how they're so different? Because Clue and Cletus never threatened her life or Craig's life in any way. They never ever put her or her family in danger. She lied. Big difference. Julie was threatened. She really was. No matter how you spin it, she was threatened. Who am I to tell someone I don't even know that she has no right to feel the way she does? That she shouldn't feel threatened or be worried about her and her family? Because I don't know what all she has, number one. And number two, there was threats made. There was threats made. And why would you dig up a video off her private Facebook about her child when y'all are arch enemies? Why would you do that? Malicious intent. You wanted to see if you could poke at her, see if you could get her. Hey, my legacy. Exactly. She should not be. And that's why I left the comment I did under Hartley's video or post. Julie's going through something, and I am not going to jump on her when I don't know the extent of what is going on. It's not for me because, look, there's nothing I wouldn't do to protect my kids, my family. And I've said that 1,000 times over again. But everyone's acting like, oh, this is all Julie's fault. No, it's not. No, it absolutely is not. And you can't compare what Granny had to do because that's a whole different kind of situation. What BJ tried to do against Clue and Cletus, that was frivolous. That was bullshit. She was never threatened, neither was her family. Ever. New Jersey has laws on the books. It's the laws of their state. You know, it is what it is. Sometimes you need to just watch your mouth a little bit and not sit there and laugh and giggle and encourage it. You know? I don't know. It also says there's a second person involved. Don't know who that is. And I'm not going to speculate as to who it is because I have no clue. All I know is that if there is any kind of a protected class involved, it's going to heighten it. And I do think that Julie stands a good chance of getting her RO against Craig. I do. And I'm not going to show the clips because I'm not going to do BJ's work for her. And besides that, a lot of the stuff that BJ thinks she can use, she's not going to be able to use at court. She's not going to be able to. It's just not how it works. Oh, well, thank you, my legacy, for being here. Hey, Stephanie. Yes, they do poke at each other. They do. That doesn't give you the right to threaten someone. That doesn't give you the right to wave a pew-pew around and be threatening with people. It doesn't give you the right to. It just doesn't. It doesn't, you know? There's people that say shit about me. Put out my car. The car my kids ride in. Showed a picture with my kids but blurred out their faces. That's putting them in danger. I didn't threaten them with physical harm. Nope. We don't know. Hey, Wispy, it could be. It could be Wispy. But there's also was a threat, from my understanding, against her mother as well. So we don't know these people. We know what we review. But at the end of the day, we don't know what anybody is capable of doing. And I'm not willing to put my kids or my family at risk because a chat tells me that, oh, he's not going to leave the house. You don't know that. You don't know that. I know. But she also brought up her mom too. Well, he was a minor at the time of that video, so yikes. That might not be a good thing. That might not be a good thing. Excuse me. I'm sick of the freaking frivolous court shit. I really am. It's ruining the community. You know, the stuff that I just don't feel this is so frivolous. I just because I don't have a right to tell her what she's feeling is wrong. I don't know what all she has. There's stuff that she submitted we don't know. And I don't have a right to tell her she's wrong. We knew what BJ was doing. We knew what BJ was saying was a lie. That is the big difference. Hey, Bama G. She didn't personally know Clue or Cletus, and they never threatened her or her family in any way. Yeah, she filled out a report as well. Something about a threat. That's about all I know about it, Wispy. And when Julie came up here the other day, I didn't want her to do. I told her not to talk too much, but goes in one ear and out the other. And then everyone's like, "Oh, well, you're good." No, I don't know Julie. I have never spoke to her outside of YouTube. I have spoke to Julie I think two, maybe three times when she's popped up on panel for a couple minutes. That's it. That's all. I have no idea what's going on with her behind the scenes and anybody else or any of this. And I didn't ask because it's not my business. And I don't talk too much. You're about ready to go to court. And guys, come on, think about it. April Fool's Day. Can you get a better court date than that? April Fool's Day? Come on. Well, yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. It's super hard. Um, you just got to cut it off and say, okay, I'm getting into my content, into my video. It's super hard. I got to get a lap there too. Yeah. Um, like I said, I just think it's wild as shit too that it happens to be on April 1st. Anyway, and by the way, you know what I found out today? Easter's not Easter like it normally is. Easter's at the beginning of the month this year. My ass thought I had an extra 10 days to get ready. That it's the middle of the month like norm. It was always around my brother's birthday, and it don't need to be 10 days early this year. What are we having Easter on the 5th for? What kind of, who does these calendars? And we need to get a hold of them. Oh, Wispy, thank you for being a member. You're a misfit. I mean, they can't be changing it up like that. You can't do that. And leave it be. Put it back where it was. Give me that extra 10 days. Oh, my daughter was so bummed out. She thought I said, "You're not." She wanted a flu shot so she could tell everybody she got a shot, but she's not due a shot. And even if she was due, they didn't have any. But she's not due one, not until next year, next flu season. And it's almost at the end of the season, and they done great. But they had their flu shots, months ago. But it was funny anyway, just so she could, tell the kids, look, I got a band-aid. I got a shot today. I was like, are you kidding me? I can't. Uh, but and I do think that BJ and Craig need to have consequences because for far too long they've gotten away with their shit. She's gotten away with a whole hell of a lot on here. But I want them to have consequences for things they've actually done. And I guess we'll see. Come April Fool's Day. My biggest thing for me was that it's on April 1st. And of course, BJ's crying already. I'm gonna be Amon's pregnant and I gotta go to court. No, bitch, you gotta turn your phone on and go to a Zoom hearing. So what? You think the court cares? You being pregnant hasn't stopped you from doing anything. Actually, it's amped you up to grift even more, but whatever. And can I ask you again, why are you even and having a baby shower at this point? I mean, what more do you need? You've got top of the line crib, car seat, stroller, bassinet, blankets, clothing, everything. What do you need a baby shower at this point for? And then you're making it members only, so people have to buy memberships if they want to come in and see what the gifts you've been telling everybody you already got. Okay, you're one of them people that will continue asking for things even when you know you have more than enough because that's just greed. And then also, that's cash dollars because you can always return it for credit, huh? Yeah. But again, just my opinion. Yeah. Yeah. Online. Oh, yeah, but she's going to keep it members only. Gift cards is my guess. And no love for Julie, but her petition is true. Yeah. And like I said, I'm sick of this shit happening, really. It's, they really know how to take the fun out of shit. Yeah, it is virtual. It's a Zoom. Yeah. And I have a feeling Craig's will change too. His lawyer probably will get that changed or just go and represent him. Oh, she wants a Walmart diaper subscription, Lindsay. Yeah. She's already made that clear. And then this bitch going to have all these tech issues. She just got a $2,000 freaking computer gifted to her. And she's, please, get. Okay. Okay. Yeah, nope. No. And he won't 58. And she's not, hey, bro. And she's not going to make him. Yes, absolutely. I like differences of opinions. 100%. Hey, Sassy. 100%. I don't want everyone to, yeah, How you going to figure anything out? Or if everybody is 100% agreeing on everything, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. It'd be boring as fuck too if it does. Okay, they're being a little too quiet. See, maybe that's the trick. No. Yes. No, timers are set. When the timer shuts them off, that's it. You're done. All right. Used to be every 11 years until they changed the calendar at the Vatican to now it's almost never Sunday. Yeah, I'm a little pissed about it being at the beginning of April 5th. My gosh. That's crazy. I guess who's going to be picking up all kind of little gadgets over the next couple of weeks. I do that anyway. But, it just would have been nice to have that at 10 days. Too early comments come to the moment, but a lot of big chain stores have cracked down on it, like Target, I know for sure. Hey, I don't return a lot of stuff. I couldn't even tell you the last time I returned anything to Walmart. He got two of the same things for Christmas, and he wanted to exchange one for something. I didn't know you couldn't just do that; that you had to actually return it, and they just give you a card and you go shop. But yeah, I was like, okay, it's like Fort Knox. I'm like, okay, I don't want the cash back. I just want to exchange it. You're driving, I hear you. When I'm listening in the car, I don't even say anything in chat because yeah, there's no reason to. I can't. And then I felt bad. I said hi to everybody, and then I had to bounce out because I was working. I got the kids to school, and then I was dropped the kids off at school, and then I had to log into work, so I couldn't chat. But hey, TZ, yeah, well, it was his Christmas present, so yeah, I will do the same. I'll just put it in the. I have a box that I put stuff in for to either get rid of or re-gift, whatever. Yeah, I just I don't have the time. I don't want to take the time to do it. It's a hassle to return something. But it's not Amazon's not bad. You just have to drop it off. Hey Ron, hey Charlotte. Yeah, I'll drop the link. I wanted I gotta get I am getting me another um Keurig. God, I missed that. There you go, Roro. Hey Terry P. I was hoping I'd be able to send this one back and then just replace it since it's only like what 4 months, 4 or 5 months old. But I haven't gotten the thing for it, so I guess that's not gonna happen. It is what it is. They do spoil you though. Oh well, I love your picture. Oh my gosh.
It's just the things to come.
Hey, ooh la la. Oh, thank you, ooh la la. Good to see you. I love that avatar though. That's so cute.
Thank you. Um, okay. Can I explain how I feel? Like
Sure.
as a sub, just me, not
Yeah.
anybody else. Just me. Um, okay. Number one, I'm not a vile hatred monster of a person that doesn't give a shit about anybody, right? And if you think that, then you can have your opinion. Number two, if I don't agree with something, it doesn't mean that I agree that I'm putting up my shield for another person. It that doesn't mean that. But what I see, this is just from me, okay? Just like you said, we don't know what's going on in her life. Y'all don't know what's going on in my life, okay? Yeah. Um, but from jump, she she threatened to go after nonsense in copyright court.
I remember that. You're correct. And you know what? I didn't remember that until I was listening to you guys, and I had totally forgot about that. But yes, I remember she did do that.
Yes. Okay. She threatened to sue BJ for calling her an idiot. I went up on panel and spoke about it
Mm-hmm.
over the word idiot. Then she wants to pool money or whatever and go after BJ's channel. Oh, that didn't work. So like, it's and I'm not taking anything from her. We don't know everything. It could be behind the scenes shit that is awful and vile and should have never happened. And yes, I think BJ and Craig deserve consequences. I do, but
But there's a
under the correct
right.
thing. So like, if I'm having a dinner party and I know that you like to sue people, right? I'm not inviting you to my
I'm not.
home.
Yeah, I'm not
Now, if
inviting
you
you.
show up, but see, I think in this case, I'm going to say, like, it's almost like Julie kind of showed up with a broken heel, just waiting. You know what? Just waiting to fall. Just waiting to fall. Um, and that's just my opinion on it. If her laws say that, hey, there's laws on the books where you can't have more than 3 cows in a city limit. What? Get the fuck out of here. I mean, yes, there's laws on the book. If she feels that way, let the court handle it. But I can still have my opinion until I get more information. I don't think it's, quote, frivolous. I just think you can't continually poke and poke and poke and poke and poke at someone. And I'm not saying that they're right for the way they poked back. I'm not saying
Right,
that. I'm saying there should be consequences, then maybe go a different. But I don't know.
and that's
That's
where I
just the way I
stand
see it.
conflicted because she did. I mean, and Julie knows how I feel about the things she's done. I've made it no secret. I've said it to her. I've made it no secret. Um, I don't think. Look, poking about digging up the grandfather and stuff. Oh no, I was all against all. You don't do that shit. And yeah,
But just like you
it's
said, you don't know what's going. Like we think we know what's going on in BJ's life. We really don't, y'all.
no.
We really don't. We only see what we see when she's live. That's it. You,
She tends to share a lot more though.
well, yeah, of
And you're
course.
right,
I
and
mean,
that's why I said that with Craig. Don't think he didn't get himself a truck for nothing. Don't think he isn't capable of leaving that house. One
oh,
of the
he is.
reasons he doesn't go out a lot is because BJ's always accusing him of doing shit.
Well,
It's a fight.
I think he wants to get out, and she don't want him to because he might go down the gas station, and somebody might say hello, and she'll lose her mind.
Hmm.
He couldn't even go in the casket room. Come on now, y'all. He couldn't even
Yeah,
plan his daddy's funeral without her talking shit about why was he in there so long. Get out of here.
yeah. So
So
that's why when people say, "Well, don't you should be reviewing her and we're saying things about him because it's going to get him mad at her." Yeah, no, I'm not.
no, I'm not doing
Nah,
that. That's her.
yeah,
That's her. I'm not going to
yeah,
set up.
I'm yeah, I'm not even buying all that just by the way she behaves.
Well, I'm
It's
not
more
going to
like
be
she's his
silenced because
mother.
you chose a drunk, an
Yeah,
abusive drunk. That's not my problem. But
and a lot of times she acts like his mother and not his girlfriend.
I
It's
just don't know
weird
why people can't have difference of opinions until more
without
information
suing.
comes out.
Right?
I don't understand that. There is not a person that has ever drawn a breath on this planet that I have agreed with 100%.
No,
In my
no
real
one.
life on YouTube, nobody. So I don't understand why there's just so much fighting amongst one another and yelling and screaming
Yeah,
and all the things because you have a difference of opinion. Look,
right.
Nonsense has her opinion because you know what? She was threatened by Julie.
Hmm.
I could have my opinion because I've never been threatened by Julie that I know. I don't watch her. I don't have any clue. But
I
I
couldn't tell
have
you if
my
she ever
opinions
said anything
on
about me or not because I don't.
right on certain things that
I don't.
I know I'm not her favorite person, and that's cool. But one thing I can do is I did sit up there and I adulted with her on a panel. I can adult,
Hmm.
and and people can have their own opinions. There's several reasons.
Whiskey. Oh my God, I'm sorry, but whiskey's comment cracked me up.
Oh Lord, bitch! I just read it.
Oh my gosh. But
That
thank you for
senior
this.
discount for that 39-year-old. I'm so old. I'm losing my looks there,
No,
girl.
no, BJ might never see him again because there'll be a senior discount in
Oh,
front of him. And,
oh,
because he likes the grannies.
oh, yeah, the Instagrannies. Shit.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Craig, go to the VFW a couple nights. There you go.
Oh, they
It's a
do
bunch of
line dancing
widows with
too, Craig.
Social Security checks and bingo night
Mm.
and alcohol and girdles.
Yep, and they do line dancing nights. Oh, you'd have fun.
And I'm not going to judge anybody. I'm not going to judge anybody by how they feel about it. Either you
No.
agree, I'm not gonna say, well, you agree, that's just bullshit, or you disagree, well, that's just bullshit. Everybody has their own life experiences and brings those into this sector. You can think, oh, I'm not putting my own feelings into it, but yes, you are. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we all do. I mean, you're a hypocrite if you say you don't. Do I
Mm-hmm.
want BJ to pay for an attorney? Most definitely. Do I want to see her? All right, let me ask you this. Let me
Oh,
ask you
I
this.
want her to have consequences for stuff she's actually done. Absolutely.
All right, but let me ask you this. So I sang a little ditty, right? Talking about standing on somebody's throat till they twitched. So should
And
I? So
yeah,
if that person lived in Jersey, would y'all be okay because it made her feel a certain kind of way? This isn't where I want to sit. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be in a community that, yeah, I just don't. I'm almost at that point.
you go ahead and glue it. I'll be in.
You're
You
fine.
can handle it. No, it's just this
Oh,
science fair is driving me up a freaking
oh
wall.
my God. Do you know that I kept all my daughter's science fairs?
Oh, good Lord.
And then I did it because I was like, oh my God, it was her science fair. It's her blue ribbon. It's this, it's that.
Uh-huh.
And I saved them all. Guess what I did? Then all the nurses that I was older than them, then they had little kids coming up in science fair. She was in high school, not having to do that crap anymore. We were into term papers and all that stuff and the AP form and all that mess. And so took them up to work, and all the nurses grabbed a science fair project.
Not a bad idea, really. I might go hit
I
some of
could
the
have
nurses
sold
up.
them.
I know.
If I wanted to be a bitch, I could have sold them. I'm
Would
telling you.
they drag it? They drag it out in
Oh,
steps,
it's hideous. It's absolutely hideous. Come
and
up with
she's
your
doing an
hypothesis.
underwater volcano.
Oh, great. Yeah. Mm.
There goes my house. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
and now she wants to practice this underwater volcano
Yeah.
to make
But
sure it erupts.
I just want to say, I think it's great that if she has to hire an attorney, I think it's absolutely magnificent. Do I think she's paying for it or Craig's paying for it? Absolutely not.
Mm-mm.
He said his mama, and he said the other night, I got
You
a,
got a
I
pocket
got
full.
attorneys, I got attorneys. She ain't got one. Well, it is what it is. Do I think there needs to be consequences to their actions? Yes. If that's legal and it goes by the state, and Julie truly feels that way, then it is what it is. But like I said, I just wouldn't invite certain people over to a dinner party because they would have to take off their shoes and I'd wrap them in bubble wrap. I'm just saying, you know, and I've had that situation to where we weren't sued, but somebody wasn't invited because of that reason. Wherever she went, she fell and sued the people from sidewalk to kitchen. And I was like, no, Well, a friend of a friend brought her. And I was like, what are you doing? You know, yeah, and I was a nervous wreck
Mm,
because I just knew, you know. And I'm sorry. If let's just say that Julie had never said anything about anything legal, nothing legal with nonsense, nothing legal with BJ. I mean, look, okay. This is another thing. When I catch you in a lie, then what am I supposed to believe?
mm-hmm.
She flat out lied on burnt toast. Burnt Toast reviewed her. She had every right to. She has every right to review Julie. Julie went on her channel the next day and cried and said that Burnt Toast showed her child. And she never did.
Hold
Never
on 1 second.
once.
Oh, summer girl, it's okay. It's all right. Thank you. Oh, you didn't have to do that. Thank you for the $20 super chat. I get it. I know you will. And that's exactly what I'll do. I'll shoot them an email, and they have customer service, and they'll probably get right back to me. Thank you for that, though. I will do that. And if they don't, hey, they don't. You know, it is what it is. They have them. I'll get me another one. I just appreciate you, period. Wispy, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate that. Welcome to Poolside, everybody. You're a misfit. Please thank Wispy. Sean, a member for 7 months. Thank you, thank you. Oh, 58. I completely agree with Marina. Yeah. And that's what I
And
mean. I like this that we can talk. We may
yeah,
not agree on every detail.
right,
And that's why I jumped up today on Grannies because I'm like, wait a minute, this whole chat is blaming nonsense. Because
right,
nonsense has their own opinion.
right.
It
That's
doesn't
what
matter
kills me.
nonsense's opinion at the end of the day. The court's not going to care what I think, Granny, nonsense, you, or anybody else thinks. They're going to go
Right,
by what's been presented as evidence to them.
right. And I just, I don't know. But going back to the whole burnt toast thing, it's like you went on your channel and you lied. You flat
Hmm.
out lied. Her child's picture was never, ever
Wait,
shown.
she said burnt toast did that?
Yes.
See, I didn't know about that because, like I said, I didn't watch her. So, I
And
had
I even
no
asked her
idea.
about it on panel one time, and I think she dropped down, or I don't know, had mic problems, or I don't know
Burnt
something.
toast would never dock someone's child.
Exactly. Well, but that's
That's
what
just
she
not
said
how
the
she
next day. Why,
rolled.
as she cried about it.
Wow.
I'm
See, I didn't
sorry.
know. I didn't know nothing about that either. Yeah, burnt toast wouldn't do that. Sorry, she doesn't dox people's children out.
Yeah,
And you
she.
don't even got to like burnt toast to know that.
Right.
Hey,
But
Darby. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey, Denise. Hey, Mr. Blue.
so when I'm putting together the whole puzzle, and I'm taking all the pieces,
I'll
and I'm
tell you in a
putting the
minute,
whole
Mr. Blue.
puzzle together, when I have somebody that's lied on somebody that I respect, that I truly value in this community, like one of the like top one or two, right? Like I value burnt toast, and I know, and you put that out there like she did that. You never corrected it. You never apologized for it. You just flat out lied. That never happened. Then why am I going to believe that she's not lying how she felt? And it just wasn't a way to, hey, I'm going to get her off the internet. That's not your place, ma'am. I'm sorry. It's just not.
No, it's not no one's place to take someone off the internet. What happened is I plugged it in to make my coffee because see, I'm one of them people that I go around and unplug all my plugs. And believe it or not, it really does save on the electric bill. I know I'm a budget bitch, guys. You know that. But anyway, I don't leave anything plugged in unless I have to. But so I plugged it in and it wouldn't do anything. It didn't even light up or turn on. But my daughter, I think, was trying to help, and I think she forgot to put the water in it. But it has a fail safe in it. It says, and it says you just unplug it for 30 minutes and then plug it back in, and everything will be fine. I cleaned the tip, the filter. I did everything, and there's no, and it's not the outlet because there's other things that plug into the outlet. So yeah, I don't know. It just broke my heart. Yeah, broke my heart. Yep. Thank God I almost pitched that old raggedy Mr. Coffee. Good thing I had it still out in the garage and it was in the bin to go because
There you go.
I was losing it without coffee and I don't even know why because I drink 1 cup in the morning. It doesn't do anything for me as far as like giving me energy or keeping me awake. Hell,
Yeah.
I could drink a pot of coffee and lay down and go to sleep. I mean, it's just the idea of having it.
Yeah.
So I
It's
don't
like when
know,
I go
but
on a diet. Like when I go on a diet, trust and
hey,
believe,
Blank.
Big Deborah and chocolate are still in my house because if they're not, then I'm going to panic. If I have it, I can choose not to eat it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But then I
right.
take that choice away from me.
It was weird because I used it the morning before and it worked fabulous, like always. Makes the hottest coffee ever, and your coffee stays hot forever. I
Will it
love
not
it.
come on at all? Will it
No,
just
it
not
won't do
power up?
nothing. No power at all.
Did you YouTube it and see?
Yep.
Oh,
Watched a couple of the videos. I even considered taking it apart if I knew what the hell I was doing, but I don't know what the hell I'm doing, so I'm leaving it alone. Hey, I put a scooter together. I figured out an Allen wrench A drifting scooter. I put it together. Yeah, me.
Oh, Ruby Sue.
Because Dallas just turned 8 Friday, so
I know.
never
I'm glad
take a
he had a
bunch of
good
eight.
party.
Yeah, never take a bunch of kids to the movie theater. Don't do it. I'm telling
You
you,
know, a
don't
good.
do it.
Somebody told me when my daughter was born, well, at her birthday part, at her first birthday, they said somebody gave me some good advice. They said, invite the number of children as your child's age. So,
Hmm.
like, if your child's five, five kids. When it's three, three kids. When it's 10, 10 kids. And that kind of. But it's hard when they go to school and the hosting class wants to.
Right. Well, and they have to up until a certain grade. You have to pass out invitations to the whole class.
Yeah,
So there's 16 in his class. So
yeah,
most of them, only 8 RSVP'd. I got the rest just showed up. Yeah, I had several just show up.
yeah,
But I was already prepared. I made sure I had enough.
yeah. But I'm glad that he had so many kids there. For
Mm.
him, I'm glad that it
Oh,
was just a
Lorena,
wild
you
day.
should have heard his speech blowing out his candles. It was
Ah,
to his dad. He
oh,
had
girl.
everybody crying, even the people at the
Don't get me
concession
crying up
stand.
here. Mm-mm. Don't
He
do
had
it.
everybody in tears. I just, oh,
Yeah. But that's just where I stand on it. It's like I just don't want people fighting in chat and creators fighting each
yeah,
other, and
I
then
don't either.
subs sitting there going, well, you don't support Granny if if you support nonsense. That's bullshit. Shut up. You're stupid if you think that. I'm sorry, you just are.
Hmm.
I
Well,
said Granny and Julie is two totally different things.
yeah,
Totally different.
you
I mean,
can't
they're not even
compare
in the
what.
same realm.
Yeah, yeah, you can't even compare it. Yeah,
Right.
they're not alike,
They're
not
not
at all.
nothing alike.
Mm-mm.
You
And like
know.
I said, Julie has. I can't tell her how to feel because I don't know what all has happened,
Right.
and so
And even if we did know, I'm not going to tell anybody how to feel. If her laws or whatever, I'm just saying that when I look at all the pieces, it just looks odd to me. And
yeah,
yes, you can push somebody to come out of pocket. We've all come out of pocket before, have we not? I'm not giving Craig that excuse. I'm not. I'm not giving BJ that excuse. But I'm just saying, if it, I, mm,
but I think everyone keeps saying, "Well, look at what she did to Tony," and he's suing Granny and not Julie. You know why? In my opinion, and this is just strictly my opinion, because he knew Julie had the money to fight him back,
right, right, it's
and
all.
also Julie wasn't attached to the Rico. Wasn't
Hmm.
you know? That's all. That whole thing with Tony is all because of the injunction in the Rico, and I truly believe that that is nothing but retaliatory bullshit.
Right. And it's like, okay, right there. It's like, okay, so then why is Nick going after BJ because she won't shut up about Granny
Saying,
when
mm,
you've got Tony over here taking
mhm.
Granny to court and don't say a word about that?
I asked him the same questions and got no answer. I
Right.
asked repeatedly, and he actually commented back to me, but not he didn't answer my questions.
But
There's
I
that.
think everybody just thinks that, whatever happens, happens. Really,
Well,
honestly,
it doesn't
I
matter
don't
what we
care
think
either
or
way.
do. We are not going to have any influence, positive or
Right.
negative, in what the court itself, what that judge decides or the DA decides. We're just not.
I mean, I'm not. I'll be honest with you. Whenever the decision comes out, if Julie wins, I'm not going to say yay Julie. If BJ wins, I'm not going to say yay BJ. I'm just flat across the board. I just am. I don't know. It, but it's really sad to hear people just losing their minds over this. And I'm like, and people are like, well, BJ and Craig need to pay. Yeah, they do, and they will. Y'all just have to be patient.
Yeah,
The
that's all we
Rico's
can do.
already the Rico has the slap has already been granted. It's already been granted. It's in appellate court because they're doing what they whatever. But it's like they have the legal right to take that to an appellate court. That's their legal right, right?
Hmm.
But everybody thinks it's stupid and it's horrible and it's whatever. But that's their legal right. But nobody's calling me stupid for saying that I think it's stupid that you're using the appellate court. But because I think that there was some kind of other agenda attached to this whole Julie thing, then I can't have that opinion.
Yeah, you can have your own opinion. Everybody has them, and that's no one's going to feel the same.
Yeah,
And that's it. No more candy.
I'll give me some candy.
Oh well, I do, but with her, I have to limit it. Because she will continuous, and she doesn't need all that sugar, especially with her ADD and ADHD. But
Mm.
I give it to her. She can't make up her mind though. She'll drive you nuts. She'll ask you for 20 different things and sit there for an hour deciding which one she's going to eat.
And I mean, I'll be honest, um, Julie does funny parody. She's funny as shit.
As she
I mean,
can be.
Julie is funny. She can be so funny. It's like she has a true knack. It's like a gift. Like she has a true gift. She could be so funny and everything, and that's fine. But I don't know. I just don't agree with the other stuff. And
No.
like, there's things about my husband that I don't like. You know, it is what it is.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't, sassy. It's the small miniature version of the Keurig. It's not the real big one. It's fantastic. They take up hardly any counter space and they make the best coffee. But yeah, I'm just gonna. I'll reach out to the company if I don't hear nothing. I'm just gonna order one because I think they have them for like, I don't know. I think they were 60, $70 or something like that. They weren't.
I got
Um,
one at Walmart last year because my Keurig died. Mr. Rowe drinks coffee. I don't drink coffee. And ours was like, I don't know, 10 years old. It was crazy. And I was like, it just died one morning. So I went and got another one at Walmart, another Keurig. And I didn't pay very much for it. And it's a small one. It doesn't have like the big decanter and all that stuff. I didn't get all that.
yeah, I'm not even. You know what? I didn't even. I'm going to go over there and check. They might have them in stock at Walmart for a better
Yeah.
deal. I'm going to go check.
And
I don't know.
I
Last time
mean,
we went to a Walmart, it was a nightmare. So I haven't been back to
the,
Walmart with the little since because they're a little antsy about Walmart parking lots now.
yeah. But the best thing I ever found to go with his Keurig is it sits on top of this. It's like a big square and it has a drawer. And then you can line up all your K cups
Oh, that
in
sounds
it,
good. I had
because I
I
got
seen a
so,
K
because
cup tree.
he's got like well, I didn't want a big tree that takes up counter space where this just sits on top of it. It's metal. You pull out the drawer and then it has like all these different, kind of like a, kind of like your silverware drawer has like
Right.
sections, it's just like little lines. And
Hmm.
I load up like 6 or 7 in each one, and that way I don't have boxes of coffee.
Yeah, that's right. I have to get in the cupboard every day because I can't. It drove me crazy sitting on the counter.
I think I only paid like $10 off Amazon for that stupid little thing, and I
I'm
love
gonna
it.
look one up. Okay. There's, everybody's okay. We don't want people to. The little Keurigs don't last if you use it every day. Oh, really? Oh, I used it every day. And the kids used it for hot chocolate. Makes the best hot chocolate. Um, they're fantastic little coffee makers. They really are.
Yeah, they are. And then I found out what some people do to coffee makers in hotel rooms the other day on Trisha's panel or somebody's panel, and I was like, oh my God. Like, I, I, mm. So I told Miss Rose, I said, don't be drinking no more hotel coffee. He said, I don't drink it now. I said, okay. I won't even use ice out of the ice machine at a hotel because of the pink mold. Nope. Mm-mm.
Yeah, but I checked online, J Dob, and they were even higher than Amazon. But sometimes you can get it cheaper actually in the store. Think New Jersey saw evidence of threats, and if you remember, scanner call was for investigating threats. New Jersey called and see, and then loaded guns led to see it. Could be. I don't know. Like I said, we don't know. Hey, Dre, good to see you. Exactly. I'm not even going to try to because it's not for me to do. Hey, Jennifer, it's it's not for me to. We'll let the courts decide, and we may or may not ever find out because if there truly is a protected class involved, most likely it will be sealed.
And
I,
I almost got the
but
feeling that it's like I don't know. It was just I don't know. It's just
it's
wild.
wild. It
It's
is.
just
It
wild.
really
I've
is.
never seen a group of people that just can't agree to disagree and
Really.
just
You don't
it's
have to
like
fight just because you don't have the same opinion. You
right,
can just have a conversation. And guess what? It's okay if you don't agree with me.
right,
And that doesn't make me think any less of you. That just lets me know that, hey, she's willing to have a conversation. That's a straight up person.
right.
But don't want people fighting against us fighting with each other over this when it's not on us.
Well, and it's
I
like
mean,
people keep saying, well, she needs, her and Craig need to pay. They need to pay. They are going to, y'all. You just have to wait.
what
And
machine, Java?
nobody wants them to be held accountable more than Granny and Barbecue. Nobody. But if anybody has a claim, it would be Granny, Truth, Clue, Cletus, yeah, and Nonsense because of what's been said about her. And I mean, if you want to put it out there,
Yeah.
I mean, are
And
subs going to start suing each other or fight? Not suing, excuse me, because
don't
it's not
say
a
that too loud.
lawsuit.
Don't say that too loud
But I
because
mean, are we
that will
going to
probably be
start
next.
criminal? Wispy, I'm going international, baby. Wispy, I'm putting something on you
That's
because
it.
I felt a certain kind of way. You made my feeling. You got me in my feelings.
You
Is
kept me
that
up
what
an
we're down
hour
to?
later than I'm supposed to be up,
That's right.
and I didn't get no sleep because you chose to go live and keep me awake.
No, look. I'm going after Wispy because I used to be able to hear her aquarium in the background and the bubbling water, and it was so
Hmm.
wonderful. And now I don't hear it anymore because she keeps that tank full. You need to lower that water.
That's it because you're ruining our sleep.
That's right. And since I can't sleep, then that means I can't function. I can't do wifely duties or mama duties. I can't
Mm-mm.
do anything. I'm coming out. I'm taking it all, Wispy, except your
So
snow.
you're paying for my housekeeper and everything. That's it. I'm done.
That's I can't. Yeah, I can't
I
wash.
mean,
Oh my god,
we
because
know I
that
hate
has to
doing
do with
laundry.
water. It has to
Yeah.
do with water. It's triggering to me.
Yeah.
You know.
She said I'll drain my tank.
You better drain it. You better lower it. Well, don't drain it. I want the fishies to live, but I do miss hearing it bubbling in the background. I've told you that a million times. And see, there you go. I got a case. I've told Wispy
I
a
did.
million times. I miss
Whiskey
your
saved
fish
me
tank.
many nights when I woke up with a nightmare or I just couldn't sleep. And I was so glad she was on.
Yeah.
And I'd just listen. I'd stay in the bushes, but I'd listen.
Yeah. And, but I mean, is that what it's going to come to? I mean,
Yeah, I
I,
get
I
it.
wonder about that. I mean, good Lord, a figure of speech.
Makes you worry about saying anything. It's like, do you
It,
even want to comment in the chat anymore?
right. And is is that the end goal? You know?
I sure hope not. She says, sue me, bitches.
Wispy, I'm coming after you, you little Canadian you.
Hey, full of heart member for 2 months. Thank
I want
you.
some Canadian
Appreciate
money,
you.
baby.
Thank you. That's it. You want some of that cash. I always watch her post on her new merch. She has some good merch.
She does. She has very good merch. But
Yeah.
I hope it, and I don't, and that's another thing. Like people throw around the word hate so
I don't
much.
hate
Well,
nobody, though.
do not. The only person I've ever hated in my lifetime, he gone, been gone,
No.
6 feet under,
Hey,
and
crazy
and
grandma.
and that would but I don't hate anybody off YouTube. I can disagree. I can dislike what you do, but as
Hmm.
far as hate you, I don't know. Hate and love, I have to me, before I hate somebody, I almost kind of, unless depending on what it is, You kind of have to love somebody first to have that level of
Yeah.
hate.
And I've never loved them, but I also don't hate them because I'm not giving them that much of my energy.
Right. You
And you're right
know,
about SF. He could probably go after Betty as well. I would
that's a
say, yeah. But she did
that's
what,
my
and
one
I,
thing.
that was one of the things that stuck in me about this whole situation was what she did to Katie and Chris and what she's done to SF. And,
And
you
what she
know,
did
and
to
I never hid
Sebastian.
my feelings. Hey,
What
the
she
real
did to
body.
what she said about Sebastian. I'm sorry, it is what it is. And I'm glad she saw the light, whatever it is, what it is. But what she did to SF, baby, I'm gonna tell you what. If you put my license up there and told people how to go to the board of nursing,
Yeah,
let me tell you something. I would own your house. Trust and believe, and I have the means to do it. And that was wrong. But it's like Julie gets called an idiot, and she
it
screams
does
that
fall
she's gonna
apart.
sue. It
Hmm.
doesn't make sense to me. It's like you cannot do to people what offends you. That was SF. Whether you like SF or not, whether you like him or not, that was his livelihood. That
Hmm.
she went online to thousands of people that saw that and told people how to report his license,
Several
his
times.
livelihood. What if I did that for her teaching license?
Hmm.
That would be fucked up of me to do, right?
And SF
But
didn't
why did she
deserve
get a
that.
pass? Because she has a special needs child?
And
Really?
and I got on her for that too because I'm sorry that was wrong. That's just wrong. You don't be. I'm not on board with digging up people's family members and putting their information out here. No, not, I don't want no parts of that. I'm not going after someone's job for no damn reason because they liked the Twitter post or shared a Twitter post. Are you
But
kidding
it's
me?
okay. Okay, right there. Then why is it okay for Julie to do it?
Because yeah, that's true.
Why?
Was he physically threatened? Did her and her husband physically threaten him? No, but they did. She did threaten his job. You're right.
That's his
There you go.
livelihood.
Yeah, yeah, you're right there. Hey, Mystic.
You could say, I'm going to roll up on you, Roro, and pop a cap in you 3 times or whatever. But I tell you what, if you do other things to my career, my reputation, stuff that will take money out of my family's mouth, then yes. Yes, I would come
Hey,
after you.
Naomi.
I sure would.
Yeah, that's and that's where people are conflicted because of the things that she has done. And in the same sense, there was threats made to her. It's like I don't know. I want all the court shit to end and stop.
It's not going to.
No, I have a feeling it's going to get even worse
It
if that's
is.
even possible. And
Betty
it's
opened the door.
mhm,
Then BJ and 8 other people walked through the door again.
mhm.
And then BJ walked through the door with C&Ds, ROs, all the things, And if you think Granny is done with BJ, I don't think
Well,
she
Granny is
is.
one person that has every right
Right,
to whatever after everything that's been done to that woman to her. And I'm sick of hearing, oh well, it was only her YouTube. No, it's her real life. You guys went after. You affected her real life,
right. I
and
mean, I
I
sat there
hope
and watched
Granny
Queen go
gets
through it for two and a
everything
half
she
years.
wants.
I watched
I
Queen go
really
through
do.
it for 2.5 years.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, y'all have no fucking idea how bad she did not want to ask this community for anything.
you really
And
think
it
it's
was
going to get thrown
constantly
out?
thrown up in her face. And you know what? I didn't see that many people standing up for her. Sure
No,
didn't. And
no.
don't think, I'm just saying. They'd review the hell out of Betty, but by damn, they would never drop that GoFundMe link. Sure wouldn't.
I dropped it many times, and that
I
would
know
piss
you
me off.
did.
And I would tell people, look, you
TPE
know,
dropped it. Wispy dropped it.
mhm,
But there were some other people that and you don't have to. That's cool.
no,
If you don't want to do it, that's fine. But I don't know. I just know that it's super stressful on Granny, and I think
exactly. Stop going after people's channels.
right.
Stop, stop going after people's livelihoods, people's families. Just stop. Just stop. enough is enough. We've got to all. It's just got to stop. It just
Well, I'm gonna,
really has got to stop. Do
and I'm
I
gonna tell
want
you,
BJ and Craig? And I'll say it a million times. Yes, there should be consequences for their behavior, for their actions, for the things they've actually done. Again, we don't know everything, so we have no way of really knowing what was evidence and what wasn't. Some people think it's going to get thrown out as soon as it starts. Some people don't. I don't know, honestly, because judges, look, I've been in family court for years with so many different cases. Judges are fickle,
yep,
okay?
yep, they sure are.
And it depends on their mood that morning. So,
Hmm.
hey, JB, I'm like you, Summer Girl. I don't chat much with them. Summer Girl's she's awesome. She's good people.
Hey, JB. Well, I'm glad you came out of the bushes.
Yes, JB, thank you.
And
Hey,
like,
Rural High Grounds.
and I'll tell you, like when this Rico was filed, it affected other channels too.
Yes.
People didn't want to jump up on Queen's panel. They were scared to say anything.
Yeah,
Rightly so. A lot of people didn't. You know, when Betty filed her bullshit, the people that sat up there and talked the most shit, they, tucked tail ran and then talked shit about Queen while they
sure
sat up
did.
there and did it. They just
Sure
didn't know how
did.
close they were to getting the smack down on them too.
You want to create the chaos, but you don't want to stick around once you create it.
Right.
And I say, I'm not on board with that. Mm-mm. Nope.
That's just how I feel. I don't wish Julie any bad. You know, if legal as she is entitled to win this, I hope she wins it. If it's all bullshit and let's say stretching of things or whatever, then what it is.
Hmm.
I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a judge. I'm just a bitch
Nope.
with an opinion.
Amen to that. Whatever I think or say has no bearing on this. It's not going to matter a bit. The judge doesn't give two shits about my opinion.
It's like whenever there was any drama around her,
Tell
it
you
all
one
had to
thing,
do with legal, and I don't understand that. I just
and
don't get it.
this may be reaching. This may be, I don't know. I don't know how many of what you guys will feel about this. However, if by some chance that judge gets up there and says this is as frivolous bullshit crap as you can get, this is lies, this is that, that's opening up the door for BJ and Craig to then turn around and sue Joy. And I don't think they'd hesitate because they think Joy has money.
Oh, I don't think they would do it. I don't.
You know, I
N-
do. If they
No,
could find it, if they could find an attorney.
I don't. And I'm going to tell you why. Because that attorney is not free. It is very, this isn't a lawsuit, right?
Right.
It is very, very expensive. And you have to do a lot of work. It's not just, hey, I'm going to retain my attorney and just call me. Call me
Oh
sometimes.
yeah, it doesn't work that way.
You have to do a lot of work
You're
for your
doing the
attorney.
legwork. I've been doing it
That's
for my
right.
attorney for my husband's benefit. Oh my gosh, you would not believe.
Okay, so
I'm
do you
not
feel
kidding you.
okay knowing everything that you have to do?
200
Do you
sheets of
think they're
paper.
going to do that?
Yeah, 200 sheets of. There was 200 pages that had to be filled out in the last packet.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go back and try to find any awards he got at work, all his training I mean, it's
Yep.
just. I'm like, what exactly are you getting paid to do here?
He's getting paid to direct you what he needs to win your case. That's what he's
Yeah,
getting paid for,
yeah.
not to do the legwork. And that's what I'm saying. I don't think they would do that because they're not going to do the work. Look, I'm gonna tell you what. If
But
people
they
keep,
still may. I'm not saying that they'd ever follow through because she never follows through with anything. But it's something that she would threaten or attempt. Maybe
well,
not.
she
But
threatened it with everybody.
yeah,
She
that's
had
true.
a legal fund and made over 10 grand. While Craig said, "We're gonna
I
take our
counted 12,
money."
and that's because I reviewed the couple days. There was 3 or 4 days where before any legal fund link was put out here that she was collecting donations through her YouTube and her pay links, and they would come in as that, and she would thank them for that because she was afraid to share a legal fund link. But then she turned around days later when the money quit rolling in that way and put out a link.
Right.
I think
So
she
I
got
mean, I don't, I
close to
don't, I
12.
don't. I mean, we've already been down the legal road with BJ.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. I mean,
Yep.
Ain't worth my money, you
Nope,
know.
mine either.
But you know,
There's only two
I,
people I ever supported, with what I could with legal funds, and that was Granny and Queen.
yep,
And 1,500 was donated after the fact. Yeah, you're right, J
yeah.
Dog. That she didn't see. She didn't even know. Come on, you're going to get a $1,500 PayPal and you're not going to see it. Get out of here.
Look,
Okay,
tell
yeah,
me that girl ain't got no money. Stop
yeah.
it, y'all.
You going
And
to
you know
see it.
what? I have a little difference of opinion on the baby shower too. I just do. She has supporters that want to support her, that want to get her something, no matter what we think. She has support. Betty has supporters. I mean, it is what it is. I personally,
She's
I
already
hope,
gotten the stuff though, according to
but
her and Craigie. The top of the line crib,
you can't.
best car
Okay,
seat, stroller, bassinet, blankets, ones, all kinds of stuff, according to them.
you think they got enough? You think they got enough blankets, gowns, bottles, um, uh, every
Who
not just
knows?
the.
Who knows?
I mean,
I
you can
don't
put a
know.
kid in a drawer. You know what I mean? My
I think
mother in
it's
law.
sad that she's doing though, trying to get people to buy memberships to participate in the shower. That I
Well,
think is wrong.
well, it is wrong. But I mean, you can watch. What? She's not letting them chat. It ain't like it's private. I mean, to me, I I don't know. I'm of the opinion. Look, we've all told you. We pointed it out a million times. A million channels have pointed it out. A million reasons. If
Mm-hmm.
you want to give all your money, give it. Give it all because
Not my money.
one day I want Granny to get and barbecue to
To
get
be
it.
able to get paid what
That's
they're
right.
owed.
That's right.
And you're right, moving. Until the court hears it on, which is, I'm sorry, but April Fool's Day couldn't be more fitting. For I'm sorry, it could be more fitting for a court date. But anyway, um, at the end of the day, there evidently was enough probable cause to proceed to hearing. It'll be up to the judge to decide if there's even a case there, if it's something that they'll proceed with. I
She's the only
I
one
don't
that
think
do.
this is going to, but I do think they stand a chance with the Oro against Craig, only because of the threats he has made.
Oh yeah, Craig's in a lot hotter water,
Yeah,
in my opinion, and it's two separate things.
yeah, totally too. Yeah, they're not connected.
Yep. So, but yeah, I just want to hop up here and say this. If your friend doesn't hold the same opinion of you,
That's
if that's going to
that's
break up a friendship, then your friendship was as weak as
exactly.
BJ's relationship.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, how can you be mad at somebody for having a difference of opinion? I mean, that's just insanity. And
Hmm.
then to say some of the things I seen said, I'm like, yeah, no, that's no. Come on now, we're adults here. Well,
Yep.
some of us.
But it's a lot. It's 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 not like it's not like it's not like things weren't done, and it would make me feel a certain type of way.
Yeah.
Do any of y'all want your family tree? Yes, it's public. Yes, you could. Yes, it can be done. It sure can. You know, but do any of y'all want that for yourself?
No. And I agree with that summer girl, and that's why I called it out. I thought that was so wrong to do,
I did too.
and I haven't changed my opinion on it, and I'm not going to. I think that's wrong.
And I
Oh,
also
they were
think
going
it's
on. There
wrong.
was people upset today at Granny's because somebody else had a different point of view, so they were upset. It was
But I also
ridiculous.
think it's wrong what was done to Julie
Hmm.
by Tony, the intimidation, the threats.
Hmm.
I mean, really, I'd be a whole lot more scared of Tony and Sean than I would have ever been BJ and Craig. I'm sorry. You know, hey, body. I think
I'm gonna
people
tell
just
you
really
what,
want to
she's driving me
confirm.
crazy with this freaking volcano. Okay. Oh,
Does it require, let me guess, baking soda?
we have to. Well, she's making the volcano. She's wants to mix the plaster and pour it in the molds, and she's not doing that while I'm live.
Is
Number
it
one,
gonna erupt? Is the
yes,
volcano gonna? You,
yes, and it has to be underwater.
and it
So
has
I have
to.
to go get a bin to put it underwater. Yeah, so it sits in this little bin. Yeah, it's an underwater
Hmm.
volcano. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's the fun stuff, huh?
I'm
Thank
glad
gosh I
I'm.
have such a big patio because that's not happening in my kitchen. No, it's bad enough I got to do pancakes all for hours tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know why she picked it underwater. But I wanted her to do like an electric circuit or something. A circuit or something. We have several because I buy them those
But
Discovery
she
Channel
wanted to
STEM
do what
kits.
she wanted to do, what she was
Well, I buy them
interested
STEM
in.
kits all the time because they love building stuff and putting stuff together. So they got a couple really nice ones for Christmas.
Yeah.
And one and in that kit, one of the things in her big kit, there's 5 different things in there. And of course, she picked the underwater volcano.
Well, of course. Hey, that's the coolest one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thank you, Summer Girl. Joy did. Yeah, I agree. Thank you for the super. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah,
But
that's
yeah.
good.
So I hope people can just like kind of calm down their emotions. I'm not talking shit about Julie.
Mhm.
I, it-
Why get
it's
yourself all worked up and upset? Because
right.
you being upset and worked up, what's it? What purpose is it serving? What's it doing? You affecting yourself. That you, that's it. You're not having no bearing on the legal case. So what is the sense? And why should
Well,
you?
I think part of it is that we are of an age in 2026 to where it's instant gratification. It's like, look, we pay extra money so we don't have to get commercials because we can't wait 10 seconds, right? We gripe about Rumble because it's got too many commercials because it's instant gratification. It's
Mhm.
instant answers. You Google search, you find it out, boom, it's done. You know,
And
and
after she got down, uh, the real body. After she got down, I didn't know um, that it was a citizen's complaint filed. I did. She had said that the DA proceeded. No, what it didn't mean they proceeded with charges, and she didn't clarify that. What she should have said is they found probable cause to take it to the next step. That's all
right,
that means. It doesn't mean that there's charges. It
but
just
see
means that you're summoned to a hearing. It's the next step.
that's where I have the issue is because things were made to look one way
Right.
and they
And I
weren't.
am a little upset about that because I even asked her and I'm
And
like,
then
okay,
things
whatever.
and then I put that with bold face out lies on burnt toast were put out as she cried, and that was not the truth.
Hey, Kathy.
So
Yeah, see, I had totally forgot about that.
I ain't forgot. I'm like an elephant.
There's always so much. It's like, gosh, these people are so impossible to keep up with.
And I think
They did run with it. You're right. They did run with it. They absolutely did run with it. Yes. And
and
that's
I
why I made it a point to read it before we got into it. And then I read it again afterwards to try to say, to let people know they're saying there was probable cause to go to the next step. That's not saying that anybody's guilty.
and one other thing that I heard today was because some people have a difference of opinion that we're like white knighting for BJ, or we're giving
What?
BJ, wait a minute, we're giving BJ power because she's
Mm-hmm.
viewing that as support.
Yeah,
Look,
I've
y'all,
seen that.
look, she also said after she jumped on
Hey,
Queen's
Carrie.
panel that me and her made peace because I adulted. That's
You never.
peace. Consider the
Okay.
source of who's saying it.
Mm-hmm.
If you think anybody that has a difference of opinion that might agree with nonsense or me or whoever, if you think that we're trying to help BJ or whatever, people are
Well,
just
that's what they
giving
were
their
saying because
opinion.
of nonsense's feelings for Julie. That that her feelings clouded what she was saying. No, misinformation is misinformation.
Right,
Correcting it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean you're white knighting for either one of them. It just
right,
means that you're trying to clarify what has been put out here because people are running with, like always, running with all kind of crazy shit.
right. But now all of a sudden that's turned into people are helping BJ, and BJ is
Oh,
getting
I'll be tuning
what
in,
was it
buddy.
called? What BJ's getting community praise or
Oh yeah.
community support. I don't give a fuck. She also sat up there and said that we had made peace. Consider the source, people. Why is it that I can think something is wrong and and people think that all of a sudden it's helping someone? If you're putting out facts, it ain't hurting or helping nobody. It's just facts.
Exactly. And there's, I'm sorry, but for you to even think that nonsense would even begin
Oh,
to,
get out of here.
come on now. Are you kidding
And
me?
she and
Hey, Jan.
BJ's gonna say that. BJ's gonna. She said it about me. I cracked up. You know.
Oh, I
Yeah.
listened to that so because even after she said that, I had to go back and listen to it again for a
I
third
know.
time because I'm like, where did you get that from?
But see, that's the thing. If you don't yell and scream and call each other names and do shit behind the scenes, if you don't do that, if you can just have an adult conversation to BJ, that means that you agree with her.
But come on, everybody, you got to get it. You got to at least get a laugh out of the court date. Am I the only one that thinks
No,
it's
I think it's
fucking great?
hilarious.
April Fool's
Well,
Day? Come on.
I personally hope that her water breaks in her van because it would probably make it smell better since she's been hauling trash. So, trying
Oh,
to help her out.
oh, yuck.
You, when I was pregnant, we had bought a brand new car, and I was so paranoid. I had like a big blanket, and I sat on that damn blanket because I was so paranoid. I was like, oh my god, not no no no, that can't
You guys
happen.
can drop Body's link. Drop Wispy's link too, please. I'll definitely be watching Body. She's going to cover this like she does any other case. She said she's not going to put no emotion in it, and I believe that. But yeah, please, if the mod can drop their links, I'd appreciate it.
Missy
Maybe I can
Blue, I
just
feel that way too. For all I know, I mean, I'm just gonna shut up. I might say too much,
it can
but
happen.
thank you for letting me up. I just wanted to kind of explain that, and I can value everybody's opinion. Don't mean
Hmm.
that we have to agree,
Exactly.
but we're still the same people we were yesterday.
Yep.
Yep.
And uh, I'm thankful. I welcome varying opinions. I think that's what makes it interesting, and that's makes for good conversation. You don't conversation, not yelling and screaming and arguing and cussing out, just conversation.
Yep. And Wispy, I'm coming for that fish tank. I'm
Yes,
on
me
that
too.
net, girl. I'm
We're
on that
coming.
net for that fish tank.
We gonna team up and get the best lawyer too.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Oh yeah, let's
Yeah,
do
we
that.
can. Hmm.
Hey, let's go ahead and file when it's super, super hot and humid down here. And then that way we can go up to Canada and be nice and cool. How about that?
Oh yeah, we could time it perfectly.
Yep. Yep.
Yes, we're gonna
We
do
could do
that.
all the things. Let's do all the
Yes,
things.
and heck, you know, we'll make sure we have a lawyer that parties and likes a little bit of gummies. Hey,
Yep.
I hear you're doing a gummy night.
I was just told about that and I didn't know. And so, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I might just be in chat, egging it on. Never know. Never know. But,
It was reviewed by the court and not DA or prosecutor. Yeah, according to the law, that's what I read too. Yeah, because contrary to what everybody thinks, I don't just I got to know what I'm talking about, even though I may not seem it. And I've been trying to change up my content to get back to the way I used to do things. Um, I do look things up and do
oh, yeah, you
try
do.
to know a little bit. It's harder now with working. I have to be honest. It's harder now. But hey, it is what
Well,
it is.
Be thankful you found a job and you can work from home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I am. I'm lucky to be able to. Except for that one day, I got to announce it. I got
Yeah.
to drive that 2.5 hours. Now I narrowed it down, knocked 30 minutes off my drive time, so found a
Well,
faster route.
if you're having to go that if you have to go south, if you're going north, just that's prep for our Canadian trip.
Yeah, and I've been wanting to go to Canada for a long time.
Yeah, me too. I
So
want some
let's see.
maple syrup. What do they have in Canada? Oh, they have hey, you know what they got in Canada that I'm gonna get while we're there? They had the
They have
Lay's.
legal
They have
weed
Lay's
everywhere.
potato chips that are they have Lay's potato chips that are ketchup flavored. Bitch.
What?
Yes.
Ketchup flavor? My son would be over the moon.
Hey, look, I love ketchup on potato chips.
Oh, he eats ketchup
But you
on
know, think about it.
everything.
Everybody thinks it's weird. All it is, okay, a French fry is a sliced up fried potato.
It
A
sure
potato
is.
chip is just sliced up a different way and baked up, fried up, whatever. It's delicious. Y'all try it. So yes, Canada has not only whiskey, but the Lay's ketchup
We're
flavored.
gonna stop and pick up Hope, Mr. Blue. We're gonna have make a party of it. Hey,
Oh
straight
shoot,
talker. Yep, we're
we
gonna
might
make.
have
Hey,
to get the
Southern
bus to
Darker.
hell going up there. It might be
I
so
know.
big.
We're gonna have to hire us one of them luxury buses.
Yeah. Oh, and hey, Jilly, you ain't off limits either, baby. Mm-mm. We're coming after you too. Y'all are a team.
That's right.
Jilly, you better tell her to drop that water so we can hear that, hear that aquarium tank.
Well,
But
the nights she's not live, I can't. And I wake up, can't get back to sleep. It's not fun because she's not live,
I know, I know,
and that's just not right to be messing with people's sleep routine.
I know. I'm telling. I've suffered. I've suffered greatly.
Damages, yep.
Yeah, yeah. We're
Someone's gonna
coming for
take
you,
us
Whiskey.
seriously.
I know it. Hey,
That'll
I
be the
can't.
next.
Hey, look, I can't. Hey, I can't wait for one of them morons over there to tell BJ. Ooh, did you hear that Kathy P and Roro they're gonna sue Whiskey? I can't wait. God, they're so stupid. Hey,
And we'll run with it.
we were
BJ's
talking
so
about
easy. She will run with
Clue.
anything.
Clue had apparently I didn't get to see it, but Clue had a trivia game, and everything.
Yeah, I
And
missed it too.
apparently BJ said that she was going to have trivia, and I was
Yeah.
like, well, let's see what kind of questions. Hmm. Her kind of questions would be, how many crayons are in an 8 box?
She's been saying she's going to be doing game night for months now, just like she's, changing it up, but
Uh-oh.
it never
Hey,
happens.
Wispy, are you saying you're going to counter? Is that it? I feel
She's going to,
threatened.
what?
Somebody
Okay,
screenshot
that's it.
that.
That's
Somebody
it.
screenshot that
That's
right now.
it. That's
Screenshot
it.
that.
All right. Screenshot that.
That
We just been threatened.
that's being documented. That's
Yeah,
being documented. I'm going to send it on.
we got a file. We got a file.
Oh
We got a
Lord.
team working with us. We got a team.
Isn't it wild how me and Kathy cannot agree on something and it's okay?
Yeah.
It's a shame. It's a shame other people can't do that. Wild. So
Oh,
yeah,
French
everybody
fries
just
covered in gravy and cheese curd sounds
uh
really
uh
good.
oh God no. Mm-mm.
Uh,
Mm-mm.
but I'll tell you
Mm-mm.
what, ketchup chips, that would make my son's a year. He eats ketchup. Do you know how much ketchup I go through? I should actually have stock in the Heinz company. I'm
Does
not,
he only
he
like
does not,
one kind? Is he
yes,
like a yeah,
Heinz.
yeah,
Yeah, he's very picky and he eats it on everything.
yeah.
I mean, everything.
Wispy. I'm
I'm
going
going Puerto
full
Rico.
Rico.
Oh, we do. We have the best. All right, bring it. Let's go. Team against team. Let's go.
Wispy.
My goodness. Now you're really going to have them talking.
Where's where is did you
Did
screenshot
you
that,
hear that
Kathy?
Whiskey filed a Rico against them?
Mm-hmm.
I knew that
Is you
Kathy B and Roro was no good.
that's right. Wispy, you're on a list now. You're on a list.
That we got a list. We got
The
a
only thing is
team that has a
we
list.
both got two eyes, so we're good.
And
Ooh,
my fingers are straight.
did y'all see? Did y'all see?
Mm,
Um, Reality's little slip up with her drink, with her soda drink that Brandywine showed.
is Canadian? Wait, it oh, the crap macaroni and cheese is different in Canada.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that.
Hmm.
It's something to do with the milk there. It
Huh.
is. I got to find. I got to get some and try it. That is the only macaroni and cheese my kids eat. And that, well, my son will eat homemade macaroni and cheese. My daughter, huh? Sometimes, but they won't you and they know if you try to stick some mop brand or something in there. Oh, my goddaughter when she was here, she did that. She went and she got her made some mop brand of macaroni and cheese, and nobody would touch it.
Look, the funniest story that I got so busted out.
I got
Mr.
to
Rowe,
try it.
I'm real weird about cheese, like the craft
My
slices.
daughter is.
I'm real weird about it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we were at the hospital one night, and one of the doctors was sitting up there, and we were talking about cheese, and I said, I can tell the difference. He said, you can't tell the difference. I said, I can. I said, I'll tell you what. I said, tomorrow, I said, I'll bring a piece of cheese, and you bring a piece of cheese, and we'll have a blind taste test. And I said, I
Hey,
guarantee
Nancy.
you I'll be able to tell. He said, okay. He said, let's do it. I said, let's do it. So I got home that morning, and I told Mr. Rowe, I said, hey, don't let me forget. I got to take a piece of cheese to work with me tonight. And he goes, what? And then I told him, that this doctor thought I couldn't tell the difference. I said, so I need a
Real fruit
slice of that.
juice. I'm listening to you, but
He,
real fruit juice.
oh,
We
really?
going to Canada. They make their food that we're going to Canada.
Well, that's why they all look so good up there.
I gotta find me some of this stuff. But my kids would go. Mm, I
But
might
anyway,
even try a
let me
box of
finish.
macaroni and cheese.
Let me finish my cheese story, and then I got to hop down. So anyway, so I told Miss Rowe, I said, look, I said I got to have a piece. I got to get one of those Kraft single slices out and take it to work. And I told him why. And he goes, well, there might be a problem. I said, do what? He said, there might be a problem. And I said, why? And he goes, that ain't Kraft cheese in there. And I said, yeah, that's all I eat. He said, no, you've been eating, we called it cheap cheese. I said, I don't eat cheap cheese, that generic cheese.
Shit don't
But
melt.
I have one of those little, it's like a little Tupperware, like craft box that you put your cheese in, you take it out of the wrapper thing. You just leave the slices wrapped, but you take it out of the outside wrapper and put it in there and put it in your refrigerator, you know. So he would always go to the grocery store and he would buy the cheese and he would take it out of the wrapper real quick and put it in there so I wouldn't know. So then I had to go to the hospital that night and fess up to the doctor and say, you know what, you're right, because I've been eating cheap cheese for 2 years and didn't even know it. So, and then he bought us all ice cream because I had fessed up and didn't lie. So you never know. You never know.
Yeah, but that shit, store brand cheese, that shit don't melt, man. When you put it on your sale, it don't melt. When you make
Yeah,
real cheese sandwiches or put it on your burgers, that shit don't melt.
yeah.
Not the way it should. But you know what?
He
I
told me that
wish. Hey, perfectly.
he told me, he said, I didn't buy you like the cheapest. He said, I just went like damn one brand from Kraft. And I'm like, well, I hate, I hate when
That's
you go
something my
out,
husband would pull.
when you go get a burger and your burger's all hot and the cheese is still perfect. I'm like,
Hey, guys,
what is
or
this? It's like
uh huh,
not melted. Mm-mm.
right, and
Nope.
that's yep, that's
Like
that
on
generic
crystals.
plastic shit.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
That's gross. Mm-mm.
shit. I want to go to Canada just to go shopping,
Hey, we're gonna go to
just to
Canada,
go
pick up
grocery
that.
shopping.
Hey, we're gonna go grocery shopping. We're gonna
See,
get
why
that
can't our
aquarium.
country do that? Look at Canada doing it. And they got healthier people. Hello, U.S. Wake up,
Yeah,
wake up. Look,
we got sweet and low, or did.
sweet Mo.
Yep, yep. All right. Well, thank you for letting me up, and thank you
Thank you
for
for coming
for
up.
hearing me out. And I still have my opinion, and you know, It is
Well,
what it
thank you
is.
for coming up and sharing. I appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate your channel. And Wispy, on that neck, girl.
Yes,
On
that.
that neck.
Yeah.
On that
You
neck.
know what? We'll just pick up all y'all on the way so you can go with us.
Oh, yeah. I've got a
Yeah.
huge bus to hell. It has
Yeah.
ices on it.
Mm.
Yep.
We have an ice machine.
No, ices. Not an ice machine.
Ices.
Ices. You know, like Slurpees. You know?
Well, I wonder if VJ would let us use one of her many.
No,
Ooh, never
no.
mind, never mind, never
I
mind, never
pass.
mind.
Nope. Mm-mm,
Never
nope.
mind.
I'm pass. Hi, baby. If I ain't gonna eat no hotel ice, I sure ain't gonna eat no
Yeah, I'm not.
ditch
I'm
ice.
very picky.
Nope. Mm-mm. Nope. Nope. Wispy said she's what? I hope everybody's getting screenshots of this because I
I
feel
know
good
she's been
sweating.
threatening the hell out. I'm
I
telling
know.
you.
See, she's
Come
watching.
on,
Look at the
team, get on
googly
it. Be getting
eyes.
these screenshots for our file.
She's got googly eyes. You know, googly eyes have
Lindsay
gotten
says
me
I'll
in trouble
dry.
before. Shit. With
Ordering pineapples and grapefruits.
I put googly eyes in chat one time, and hell, me and Cashmere got a week's worth of damn community posts done on us. Holy smash. That was wild. That was some wild. That was wild. Whew. Anyway, all right.
What
We got,
happened? Hey,
huh?
Nikki 44. No, I missed something. Something happened to D. Wait a minute. Could I please ask for prayers and good vibes? I'm in the hospital having multiple sclerosis relapse, so IV steroids. Is it for me for?
Oh,
Oh, D, I'm sorry to hear that.
most
Yes,
definitely. I'm
damn,
so
you
sorry.
get it all. You get. We're sending you nothing but good vibes.
And look, if they try to bring you the green or yellow jello, you said no. You want
That's
only
it.
cherry or orange.
That's it.
I hope you feel. I hope you do feel better.
I
I
do
really
too. I
do.
hope it works and puts you back in remission.
Yep,
Yeah, that's awful. I'm so sorry to hear that.
I am too. All right. Well, have a good night.
You too, dear.
All right. Bye. Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Okay. Blank screen. He's so good at getting Betty. Betty's been lonely. She's not been getting no attention. And I haven't really had time to sit down and go over her lives because I, have a job and two kids and a house and dog and a cat and a life, and only reality has a life. But okay. Um so the Floppet Life contradicts her claims again against Tommaso. I can't even begin to pronounce that last name as the prime suspect of Nancy Guthrie. Oh, good Lord, not again, Betty. Oh, she's. I cannot. I was listening to her. I got to listen to a little bit of her today. It wasn't a lot. But she actually thinks that she's all that important. I mean, I was just sitting there looking at her like, she's saying, well, I had a big event, a major, huge event out of town. Bitch, that wasn't no major, huge event. That was a pity me, poor me. My rights were trampled on by Sumner County, and let's go at Chris and Katie. And while we're at it, let's tear the sheriff down. Let's threaten everybody's jobs, threaten the dogs, police officers and their families, all that kind of stuff. But the importance that the level of importance she thinks she has is out of this world. It is so out of this world. And yeah, like I said, I live a few hours from her. She is the town clown. I'll have to fast forward to the flop.
The masked
Wait a minute.
person wasn't Tommaso. I think everybody.
All right, let's pause in here. The Floppet Life claims she was never on board with Tommaso being a suspect, but I call BS. Let's remind people once again on how this fake advocate activist contradicting herself with these clips, shall we? She's not an advocate or an activist. She is a PPOS, a professional piece of shit. She's wanted to reach professionalism, and she did, at being a piece of shit.
The masked person wasn't Tommaso. I think everybody in my chat, but they knew it had to be Tommaso or Annie so bad that no matter who that person was, they were going to try to link it back to them. And quite frankly, I never got on board with them.
Liar.
I'm telling you guys, I've been doing this a while, and you guys know how deep research I do. You know, there's stuff I can't talk about that we do.
Okay.
But, you know.
What do you mean there's stuff? Betty, you have nothing to do with anybody's criminal cases other than to muck them up, to spread misinformation and, heck, outright lies. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. Outright lies. You run with Facebook gossip 24/7. You're the starter of most of the gossip. What do you mean you can't discuss? You're not even the real media. And Betty, I know for a fact that you did point the finger at him. And of course, went after law enforcement. Shocker. But yes, you have pointed the finger at him, even after being told no. You did it anyway.
For the most part, I never really got down with it.
Oh, good Lord, that's a lie.
I never got down with it because I know criminals. You know, sometimes they do.
Takes one to know one.
You know, I may be inaccurate, but for the most part, I know criminals.
Oh no, bitch! You were 99.9% as far off as you can get. You were with Soto. You were with the last little girl. Remember, you went after law enforcement because they violated her rights like they did me. They arrested her for no reason. All she was doing was hiding her daughter and protecting her daughter, when even your own chat was trying to tell you, no, Betty, no, Betty, no, Betty. She wasn't hiding her. She murmured her, Betty.
We know bad people. We see bad people. I'm not getting the vibe of Annie and Tommaso. I'm not vibing with it. I'm not vibing that they've been taking care of their mother for almost 20 years, and now all of a sudden today they're going to And it's like, well, they were broke. That's an assumption. You have no earthly idea what their finances are. And if you do, please produce them. I'll keep them confidential. Send them to bullhornbetty@gmail.com. You know, there used to be receipts that we had to, instead of just jumping on somebody because it sounded good. You know? You can't make statements like they're having financial problems.
Betty, you've done that in any case that you mucked up and decided to insert yourself in. What are you talking about? Do I need to go down the line? Huh? Do I? And people, don't send her nothing. She's not law enforcement.
If they're having financial problems, it will be very noticeable.
Okay.
Very noticeable.
So,
good
to see you, Casual.
Are we really having financial problems, or is that what somebody's trying to say to justify why they need their mom?
Enforcement source tells me that Thomas Ocioni is the prime suspect in this case. Again, law enforcement source tells me that Nancy Guthrie's son-in-law, married to Annie Guthrie's.
He does not look like a nice guy. I mean, you know, but that again, looks can be deceiving, but we judge a lot of people from looks. This is what I'm going to tell you. Out of the entire family, Annie and her husband, Thomas, are the most sketchy looking out of all of them. Okay. They look like they are drunks or substance abuse. They look like they have some other things going on with them that maybe the other family members don't have. Alcohol problems, something. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's not substances. Maybe it's alcohol. Her sister looks pretty rough in person.
Wow.
LinkedIn reports that Thomas Ocioni Valley School from 2007 until present.
That scares the living shit out of me. I will tell you that.
Says he's a primary instructor for 6th grade science and AP biology.
Betty, what professional media source or what professional activist or advocate uses a soundboard like you do? You don't even get when to use a soundboard. You're an idiot.
Reverb Nation, that's a music website, says that he put out an album with a 3-man music group called Early Black. Music is apparently available, but that's all I know about Annie Guthrie's husband,
You can kind of see it all over his face. He just doesn't even sit right, He probably married this family because he thought he was going to be a star, that he was part of the Guthrie family. And when things weren't looking out for him, he's probably been lying to his wife all this time, thinking he's bigger than he really is. Sounds like he has a nonprofit. So it sounds like he's been set up probably with an NGO. Well, you know how we've done with all of them. We've cut all that stuff out. We've cut all the stuff out with related to financing for the liberal arts, the movies, all that's been cut. So maybe he was desperate for money. Maybe they were really, truly having financial problems and living outside of their means. And he did not want Annie knowing about it. And it was just easier to keep it hush hush until he could figure something out. We don't know. We don't know. There's a lot that can be said about this as the primary suspect. And it makes sense. It fits our profile. It fits our profile of being a man. It fits our profile of being alone. It fits our profile of it being close to home. It fits our profile. He's unconnected to the family except by marriage. So this is not his mom. So he's looking at her like a checkbook. Did she help them buy their house? That's going to be our next questions. We're going to be going down a lot of financial questions. Who's been propping up Annie and her husband's lifestyle? Has it been, have they been taking care of themselves, or has the family been taking care of them? I think now is a good opportunity to start answering those questions. And he is a large man. Yeah, he has the ability of hurting her. He has the ability. I mean, look at him. He is a Brian Koberger, but even thicker than Brian Koberger. He has bigger arms, but he's not muscular, but he's athletically built, right? He's got bushy eyebrows. Oh, good gracious. This is freaky. This is freaky.
Sorry, I had to mute. Hey, Cash. Oh, geez, she forgot she tries to be an investigator. Yeah. Betty? You look like the idiot you really are. You're not true crime. You're crama. You suck at crime. You do nothing but spread misinformation daily, multiple times a day. I'm tired of being nice about it. You outright lie. You spread gossip, and you happy to do it. Because a lot of the gossip you start. You want to watch a little bit of her? She is just a mess, yeah. Hey, K-Mash. But her level of importance, what she thinks and feels is, oh, it's astounding. Because, yeah. Uh-oh. Shameful. Okay, BJ, you're not doing the drama no more, but here you are with another live scheduled for drama. How many times you gonna change the time on this one and then still be an hour late? Hey, Jackie, how are you? Yeah, her mind is sick. Her mind is sick. Whew, she's a lot. She is a lot. And BJ's gonna do true crime. Or not do true, well, let me rephrase that. BJ, do yourself a favor. Don't do true crime. Just saying. Don't do it. That's the wrong one I hit. I lost the chat. Sorry to the people on the vertical side. I lost the chat completely. I got it back though. I see you was over there, Cash. You missed my member milestone? I did. Well, I couldn't get on over here. Member for 32 months. Holy cow. A bunch of misfits that we are. Thank you, Cash, for being a member for 32 months. Wow, you've been around since basically the beginning, too. Thank you. Wake up from a half hour ago making tea and grabbing Tylenol. I can't wait to be able to lay down in my bard. No, never, Cash. I just didn't see it. My tablet died, and my dumbass didn't have it plugged in. Yeah, and yeah, so I did see it now though. I'm sorry. Betty is Betty's own nightmare, and Betty's due for a flip out because she's not been getting attention. Hope for Snoopy. Welcome to Poolside. You've been a member forever. You've been a misfit forever. Thank you guys. I appreciate you so much. Um, Betty, how come you're not touching on the remains they found that were missing for 24 years? Huh? How come? Just curious. It's local to you. Why are you not talking about it? No money in it? My gosh. She's got. Look at this. This woman. And, but she was saying why she couldn't do things because, Manatee County's doing some kind of event, but they're presenting something. And, she claims she's so all important. She's got to be there. No, excuse me. No, she's not. Hey, Skull Girl. Oh, well, Jackie, you don't have to. Thank you, though. That's fine, Hope. Thank you. Hope you've been with me since my very first upload. Oh, a casual art. I hope you get to feeling better if you feeling. If not, you just having a nice chill day. Good for you. But I hope you get to feeling better. And D, I hope you feel better in the hospital. I hope the medicine kicks in and you start feeling better. But do y'all want to check into what she has to say? I don't remember which one I was watching. I need more time, and I don't have the time right now. Honestly, it's going to be easier for me when they're on spring break. Well, 12 days. Jeez. I'm still really upset over the fact of, oh my God, she was in her bed. I'm home. That was 3 days ago. Y'all want to check it out? I have no idea. I have no idea what she said. She's always in her bed. You're not a professional. A professional would not stream from their bed in their jammies or the same clothes day in and day out, Betty. A professional would comb their hair. Like I said, you have attained professionalism. You are a professional piece of shit. You're a PPOS. See, now you got something to claim. I did make you the super zero of the green team, and I even made you a little green character with a cape and stuff. But, you finally reached professionalhood. I don't even want to know, Darby. I don't even want to know. That reminds me, I did it again. I keep forgetting to put that oh, casual art. Thank you. Woohoo. Thank you, casual art. I appreciate that. Keep forgetting to put that I have a sub that keeps messaging me about my Venmo link, and she's probably getting tired of messaging me. She's only been messaging me for like a month. I keep forgetting to download the link or copy the link and put it out here. I will do it. I promise. I won't put a sticky on my laptop. I've got a million things going on. No excuse. It isn't. When someone keeps asking you, you should do, I feel bad. But it's just not it's the top of my list with everything I got going on. Hey, if anybody wants to come in to take over the science project, I have no problems with that. Come on and do it because I'm about ready to. I'm over the science fair. Okay, I'm over it. I'm over it. And the thing's still not, but still like 8 weeks away. But it's just there's all these little steps they got to do, and then they got to do their boards, and then each step's got to be submitted to the teacher, and it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, I'm not sure what that exactly is that she has on. This is a professional, people. Just remember, this is a professional. I have no idea what she's going to say here. We may have to zoom through this real quick because I honestly haven't listened to it.
I'm home.
Okay.
I'm home.
Yay.
I don't have anything really
Yay. She's
to say a
home.
whole lot. My brain is utterly fried. I have left the majority of the stuff in the vehicle, and I only brought in like literally the necessities, like my pillows.
Have you guys ever seen what she loads up to take with her when she's going somewhere? Have you ever seen it? I am scarfing down. Ooh, frozen yogurt, cherry flavor. I love frozen yogurt. So do my kids. I'm coming to Canada just to grocery shop because y'all got natural foods, man. You don't have all the crap in it we do. Besides that, I've been wanting to see Hope for forever. And one day I may just get him. Well, I can't. I got a dog and a cat. I can't just leave them. That has to be planned. And he's just a sick old man. I'm not giving her a life, by the way. Hey, Tammy. Yes, an underwater volcano. Yes. Ugh, I really would have preferred her doing the current, but hey, you know. Or maybe the other one, but no, it had to be the underwater. I'll be glad when it's over, honestly. I mean, I enjoy doing this stuff with them. That's why I buy them these them. I don't know. I'm sure all you parents in chat know what I'm talking about. They're the Discovery Channel. They're called STEM kits, and there's all different kinds you can buy. And you can buy just one with one project in it or with several. And I always buy them those kits because it's stuff we do, especially during the summer. But I buy them all. We're always building something, and they're really great. They're really a lot of fun, and it makes for a fun project with your kids. And so my little, he just turned 8. He did the electric current, and he got it work. He did it right, and it worked, and he was so excited. The thing went up and down, and the little car moved. He was so thrilled. You accidentally committed genocide on your sea monkeys. Oh no, not the sea monkeys. They had sea dragons. They want sea monkeys now. The sea dragons lasted about a month. That was about it. But then now they want sea monkeys. Yeah, genocide. uh, I don't know. I always do that kind of stuff with them now. Anything to keep them off electronics. I'm getting packed for our little trip. I don't take too much stuff. I need to be comfortable. And I hear you. You get fiber flare up. I get stuck in the room. Oh, I hope that don't happen. I hope you have a great trip. I hope you have a really good time. Okay, Bets, entertain us, baby.
Because I took my pillows from the house because they're my pillows, so I need to sleep on my
Seriously,
pillows.
have you ever seen
and of course,
the
I got
kind of?
Delilah out.
I
she's
mean,
kind of
this
important
woman
too.
loads enough stuff for an entire workforce, and she doesn't use probably 85% of it. She's one of them people that she's got to have it just to have the material things around her. She doesn't use 80% of the stuff outrageous stuff she has people get her off her wish list. It's insanity.
So I unloaded her. I unloaded her food, her water. She had a little sickness when we got home, though. I don't know what the video live and kind of recap everything and do something. I don't know what's all been going on with Nancy Guthrie because I've been on the road. I mean, I've heard a little bit. I've heard that, they've kind of shoot off the media. Everybody's kind of, dipping. The case is still unsolved. Nobody's really, it seems like a Humpty Dumpty, like really Barney Fife backwoods investigation, and
Oh,
he's
here
too
we
much of an
go.
egomaniac to hand it over to the FBI. Is kind of where I'm seeing.
Oh, here we go.
So
Another
now it sounds
case
like the thing
where
is like
local law
Sebastian Wayne Rogers.
enforcement is like Barney Fife, and she wants the FBI to take control. The FBI has been in these cases. I can't. Okay.
Because they won't hand it over to the FBI, right?
Okay.
Now it's going to go to 1 or 2 detectives, right? It'll be a few detectives, and it'll be down to 1 detective. This case is not going to be solved. Why? Because we have yet another county sheriff standing in his own way. So
Okay.
I don't even know how to even begin to.
So the
talk
case isn't going to get solved because the county sheriff don't want it solved?
My frustration with the Nancy Guthrie case. But on a positive note, when I got back, the pins that we were supposed to
Yeah,
have
I
for the
think
event, fine.
some things are very questionable. Look, I'm not a true crimer. Never claimed to be one. However, I didn't understand not securing the scene. There was things that I feel the ball was dropped in on. But Betty, the FBI's been there, dear.
Finally came in. I got 50 of these.
Oh, good
They were supposed
Lord.
to go to the event. They were here on the counter when I got home. So I got 50 pins. 50 pins. I will have a Bullhorn Betty true crime pin until I'm
So
1,000 years old.
this was supposed to have been a Sebastian event. But if you remember correctly, I reviewed her when she clearly stated multiple times it was a Bullhorn Betty event. It wasn't about Sebastian for them. It was about her getting her feeties hurt over having 4 protection orders against her. It was her going after the sheriff, her going after Chris and Katie. That's all it was about.
Old.
All they do is, let's go out and eat. Let's go back to the Airbnb and party. I've showed you that too.
Wait, how did they get your home? What are you
How
talking
you
about?
feeling, Miss B?
Wait, how did they get your home? Oh, are you talking about these? No, I ordered them, but they didn't get here until after I left. These were supposed to come to the event. They say Bullhorn Betty True Crime on them. These were supposed to come to the event. I wanted to hand these out.
Mm-hmm.
And anyways, they were here. So now I got 50 of these sitting here. I know, right? They are cute. They were supposed to come. They were supposed to be in other people's hands. I'm glad you're safe and home. That's why I came live. I figured I was going to take a picture of this and just post it and say, you know, I got these pens. And then, like, you know what? They know I was on the road. I said, it's not going to take just a few minutes just to pop on here and tell you guys hi and thank you for everything. So my throat, my voice, it's weird. It's weird. I already took honey. I've got honey right there on my dresser. I took some honey. I mean, it doesn't hurt or anything.
I don't even want to know why it's on your dresser.
Like 20 hours. And even when
what is wrong with these people? Why do they be keeping their shit in their bedrooms? Ice machines, bottles of honey. She had her bucket of bleach on her desk. I mean, don't you know you're not supposed to eat in your bedroom? Okay, number one. Especially in Florida, Betty. You know how the bugs are. But what is with you people not being able to take stuff out of your bedrooms?
I wasn't live. I was still talking. I was mingling, you know, and it was, you know, what we keep doing when we go out there is we sit right up there by the sheriff's and everybody's kind of like down on the corner. And so it was just, I was walking back and forth because some people were over here, some people were over there, you know, and then of course coming up to the camera and speaking. And then of course, you know, the day of the event, there was just a lot of people coming and going. So it was kind of hard to even really speak to you guys for a while, but you could see what was going on. So it was, I don't like, you know, my issue is I wish we didn't have to do things like that. And it's like, even in the Guthrie case, this lady's got a lot of money and look how she's being treated. So, you know, it's like, I don't get it.
What do you mean how she's being treated?
If the name of the game is solving the crime, why not just hand it over? You know, why not? You know, in their sick, twisted mind, they're like, oh, they probably won't do it either. They probably can't get it closed either. Why are we going to hand it over? You know, and it's just like, I'm so sick of the ego trip all the time and the arrogance. It's like, these are people's lives. You know, that's their lives. Mm-hmm. And it's just so blessed frustrating. It's so frustrating, so frustrating. Anyways, we're not going to get into that because I'm tired and then I get emotional and then we start crying and I don't like crying. You know, I'm happy because I got stinky pins. I'm just tired. I think that's it. I'm just tired. Poor little Delilah. She's out. She's like out. I'm just saying. It's been rough. It's been rough. So it's nice to be in our own bed. Like really, like, you know, I like my lumps on my bed. I'm just saying, okay, because they're my lumps. They're not somebody else's lumps. I'm exhausted too. Just finished unpacking. Well, bless you for having the energy to unpack. My vehicle is still loaded down.
But if you are just coming in, I still want to apologize. I stole I'm having nightmares over this poor chicken salad. I would like to know who the owner of the chicken salad I stole.
Oh my goodness.
It was a grilled chicken salad. I don't know what dressing was on it. I have no idea.
Betty.
Yeah, I was not going to try it. It was not my food, and I should have never taken it.
No, because you yourself sat there and said you ate all your food. You did not have a take-home box. So why would you pick up a take-home box when you didn't even have one? But can you talk about something else? We've heard this before.
Okay. That's all I'm saying. And it's all Sonia's fault because I was comfortable. I slept the first night. Then she started complaining about how hard her bed was. And after that, I could not sleep in my bed.
Excuse me. Because someone else said their bed was
guys,
hard.
I would see her names, but I can barely even see her names. Okay. It's the back of my background. I can see the blue ones, Pebbles. I can see some of the green ones. Is that Randa? Hello, my love.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. You tell me your bed's hard. Okay. That's not going to keep me from sleeping because you say your bed's hard. Yeah.
Yeah, I think when nobody could see you, hon, I think that was just a glitch in the system because I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything at all. Hey, YouTuber, how are you guys doing? I hope everybody's doing well. I'm just tired. I'm exhausted. Poor little girl. She's out like a light. She did really well. I got to say, you got to understand it was 11 hours up there. It was almost 13 hours home. Well, almost 13 and a half hours home because DeSantis likes to not get us allocated funds so we can, widen our roads to all these developers that they push into Florida. Hey, brown chicken, how you doing? How you doing? Braddock's saying it's an ongoing investigation. Well, it's an investigation that obviously isn't ongoing, right? It's stalled. And if they're truly, if they're waiting for that nugget of information to break the case wide open, then why aren't they talking to the public about it? That was so funny. The fact you didn't even remember. I didn't remember doing it. I'm handing the real Me Too and Sonia the meal. I'm like, whose meal is this? They're looking at me. I actually thought it was kind of weird. Long story short, they're like, it's not mine. It's yours.
Oh my gosh.
I've got to buy you another chicken salad. I will not.
But we've heard about this chicken salad for 3 days now.
Not be able to sleep until I know whose chicken salad I stole. I got to be honest with you. It made my mouth water. And, I don't like wasting things and I had to throw it away. I didn't know whose mouth was on it. It really didn't matter. It wasn't my mouth. So, I don't know whose chicken salad I stole, but I stole somebody's. And I feel absolutely terrible. I guess I was just talking. So I don't even know who I was talking to. I was so exhausted. I was so exhausted. And when I got back, I Delilah, poor thing, she's like, because she sees me packing up and she doesn't know what's going on. And then she starts getting nervous. And I'm just like, Delilah, I'm half dead. Delilah's whining. I'm trying to lug this big old freaking bag with wheels on it.
Betty, one time, Betty will take her electronics and just throw them wherever they land in her car. And she wonders why shit don't work right. Yeah, she thinks crimes are so easy to solve. Yeah, she sure does. And the FBI's been involved, just like the FBI's been involved in Sebastian's case from day one. And, all the stops were pulled out there, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that there's 43 other missing kids, mostly persons of color, that are lucky if they get a flyer. Bet you some of them families would love just a fraction of all the resources used in just Sebastian's case alone.
The size of me down this stairway. I'm just like ready to kick the damn thing down. The first sheriff's presser, he said he called homicide. How much blood? Well, and the fact that Savannah said she was ripped out of her bed. So it's scary. Yeah, exactly. I think when it comes to Savannah Nancy Guthrie, for whatever reason, I feel like this was a hit. I mean, I guess it's possible it could be a robbery gone bad, but I've never heard of anybody dragging somebody, like taking the body out of that. This is just very odd. And it's if it is true, it's got to be very rare. It's just weird. Like, what was he doing with, I'm sorry. People are just disgusting. I just don't know. I mean, I really don't. I just don't understand what we're looking at here, but it doesn't look good. And, it's the fact that she was ripped out of her bed. It just sucks. Hey, Pete, it's nice to see you. Robin, Euro, it's nice to see you all. It's nice to see you all. Don't go there, please. It's awful. I know it is, but minds wander because you're trying to go through all the possibilities of why they would take her with them. That's an awful. Think about it. Even if they were worried about transfer DNA or something like that. Loading the person in their car.
She thinks that the ex-husband, who's in another country, ordered a hit because he's in the music business. She said that in today's live, which is probably what I should play. But yeah, she says that because he has ties to the music business. So there was a hit. Yeah.
That seems like really a lot more linkage, if you ask me, you know? Hey, Alexander, it's nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I mean, that's just me, though. Another guy was arrested. He was driving around the neighborhood with a picture of Nancy on his phone. Cops arrested him, and the cop drove the car away instead of getting it towed. What the flip? Was he searching for Nancy? Is that why he had a picture of Nancy on his phone? That's weird. Dan, did somebody send me like a clip of what that's all about? The arrest? I hate to tell you that you forgot a tripod in my car. Luckily, I checked under the front seat. Damn it. And that was my good one. That's probably my one that's got the zzz on it. Damn it. All right. Well, heck, I'll have to send you some money and let you mail it to me. That sucks. Let me just see how much it is to replace it. It might be cheaper just for me to Amazon it, and then I'll get it from you the next time we do something. If they don't want money, why would they take that? That's why I think this was an exit. I think this is something totally different. I think we don't even know.
Hey, she's right about shipping. I finally mailed a box of Christmas presents. It cost almost $26. I'm like, geez. You know? Then she goes, well, I can get it there for $138. I can get it there in 3 days instead of 3 or 4 days. I'm like, so you think I'm going to pay $100 and some more to possibly get it there maybe a day earlier? Yeah, no, that's a hard no for me. But yeah.
I don't. This would be wild if this theory ends up panning out. But what about an old grudge? Like an old grudge that festered. And somebody just pulled the trigger and hired somebody. I mean, I don't know. I feel like this is super targeted. I mean, everything that we learned about this case just screams super targeted, you know? And then when you kind of think about that super targeted, you have to go through all the theories of why would somebody target her? It didn't look like anybody that was related to her or in her family. So now you're kind of looking at maybe some employees or a hired hit that could now go back to somebody more close to her or closer to her, rather. So this is a lot of people. And especially with Savannah's notoriety, then you got the crazy aspect to it. Just the people that are just freaking nuts, that stalk and idolize and do that nonsense, right? That they're just. I'm sorry, guys, but at the end of the day, let's be honest. Sorry, turkey that's in here. Well, I'll use some better language. But flipping nuts, we got some people that's flipping nuts in this country. Okay, they really are. Their brains are not developed, or they're short-circuited, and they're out there in our country. And so something might trigger one of these things in this person, and they may act on something. This might be. I don't know what we're looking at here, but to me, it just seems ultra targeted.
Oh, I'm going to play you something where she says something different.
This is kind of the way I'm thinking of it. Just take all the noise away. A masked armed gunman went into her home and ripped her out of her bed. That to me removes any possibility of robbery.
I watched some of BJ's last night on this. BJ, don't do true crime. She sat there and said, that's no weapon. That's no holster. Then 20 minutes later, oh my God, it is. Look, you can see it. Wow, look, wow, oh wow. I was like, oh, God. Well, there was 12 cars that went up and down that road. Wow, why so many? Wow. I was like, okay.
Because usually if something were to happen to her in a struggle, thank you for that, Ram, I appreciate that. In a struggle, it just seems to me that she would have been out of the bed and out of the bedroom. That means she would have heard him coming in or rummaging or whatever the case may be. So they're saying nothing was stolen. I think it's difficult because at the end of the day, this person left very little behind, which is hard to do this day and age with our technology. However, he didn't appear to be ultra professional. So what are we looking at here? I mean, everything that we saw was all over the map, but the person was calm, cool, and collected. I mean, zero, just moving so smooth. I don't know what the hell. This is baffling. The Sebastian Rogers case to me is not baffling. This case here is baffling because of all those things. It's like once you start going down one avenue, you have another situation that rears its ugly head. Like you feel like it's going to come out to be something like a robbery gone wrong. And you're just going to be like, man, what was this guy thinking? When the truth comes out. But it's like, with everything that we know and trying to apply those statistics, this is, I don't know what they call this. That was a good point that was just brought up. Have they interviewed the church group? They may have shared information. That is good information. Yeah, I wonder. You know, they haven't told us who they've interviewed, but
And they're not going to. It's an active
at
open
minimum, they would have
investigation.
reached out knowing she was with that church group. Well, hi. Are you awake now? Did you get good sleep? She's awake. I had the wrong email address when I reached out to the PIO the first time. So I'm getting the corrected PIO address sent to me. So I'll reach out and ask that question. I mean, all they can do is just refuse to answer, you know, but at least we'll have the question and they can decide maybe at a later date and maybe at another, you know, like press release or something. They may want to answer a few of those questions that come in that they can't answer now. Or so maybe we should do something like that. Have they question the pool clean? I have to think that they question. I do recall some statements from the sheriff that would imply that at least the current House folks have been questioned. What I'm wondering is who was connected to her heart monitor, because I'm pretty sure her heart. I remember saying, I wonder what that watch, what information that watch holds before it disconnected. I think, you know, and it's got to be pretty scary. You know, that information's got to be pretty scary. I don't think they're going to release that to us. They might release. Well, what time we would learn about it is when it goes to trial. That's when we'll learn about the pacemaker stuff. I don't think they're going to talk about any of that because they know they most likely have a homicide here. And anything they tell us now, whenever somebody is arrested, the defense attorney will already start working on a game plan. And so that's really bad in sense, you know, you want to, it's hard for me to explain at this point because my brain is short circuiting. I'm too tired. I need some sleep. What did she really know? Did she have information on? Okay. Is this some past employee coming back for revenge? You know, I don't know.
Now let me show you what she said today. She thinks that the ex, because he's connected in the entertainment business, music business, that he has people that will, no, he took a hit out on him. So we'll play this a little bit. All right. Oh, come on and this computer. I'll tell you what. I am so over this. I will never, ever, ever, ever again buy such a cheap, generic piece of shit. All that money that I put into it. Well, actually, people helped me put it into almost $400. And he's, instead of buying a whole new system, you know, and it was flawless for the longest time. But yeah, at the end of that, hey, a little over $200 is what I paid for the damn thing. I put more into it than I paid for it. So, and it's lasted this long, I guess. I don't know. Never ever look, listen to yourself. I kick myself in the ass every day for it. Don't save the buck. Get yourself what's going to work, because all you're going to do is sink more money into it. Then you're still going to have to turn around and buy one any damn way. I learned a very hard lesson. My husband told me, yeah, don't buy it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Spend a little bit more. Don't do it. Yeah, he was so right. You sure haven't missed her voice. Yeah, that screeching gets on my nerves. But let's back this up a little bit. It's up right in here. Oh, now it doesn't want to. Either it won't pause or it won't come on pause. Oh.
Mother, this is a human being. This is a life. We are part of true crime community, and we only know how.
No, you're not.
Much like Gabby Petito's case, people just line up on along the road, and they're morning, noon, and night. So she was reported missing before media knew. Police should have.
I don't know where
seen the blood.
So let's go.
To believe that it's not them, but I also believe if we keep beating a dead horse, we're going to be missing the big. Years ago, and that was before all this stuff. I have to think that after they've been in this house, they've already done their forensics in that house. They did. It does. It triggers another like notification to the phone. So that's the part I don't understand is how in the world they were able to do all that.
Let me speed her
Steals
up.
nothing. Exactly. What about the former student? What former student, Deanna? Did I miss something? It seems funny. The last people to see her was her daughter and son-in-law.
Yes, I'm clicking my lighter because I don't want to smoke.
Well, that we don't know what the purpose of that was. Whether that was
keeping
common
my hands
warm. I think
warm.
that there are a lot of things. Think about it. I mean, in any case where there was a burglary after somebody's been dropped off, the last person that dropped them off is not necessarily the person that came in. Now, granted, this is a little strange, but because the FBI, well, Pima County, in conjunction with the FBI, came out and cleared these family. I've been doing this a while, and every case that I've covered where law enforcement has come out to clear somebody, they never went back and recharged them. Now, I remember back in the day, somebody would say they were cleared, and that's why they don't do it, and then have to charge that person. But that was years and years ago, and that was before all this stuff. I have to think that after they've been in this house, they've already done their forensics in that house. They did a canvassing of the neighborhood, not once, but twice. And the fact that Annie and Tommaso's house is more open, like you can see the front, the side, and everything, in my opinion, on that house better from the road than you can like their mother Nancy's house, which has all that shrubbery and cactuses and stuff out there that kind of give her privacy. You don't really have all of that at Tommaso and Annie's house. And I would think that with the cameras, like the doorbell cameras and other things that are out there, that they would have picked up movement from their house, even if they weren't thinking about their cameras or their avoiding cameras and stuff like that. From my understanding, the car has to pass from Annie's house several cameras just to even go 500 feet from their driveway. So I can't imagine them being able to sneak out of their neighborhood without being picked up on one of those neighbor cameras, at minimum, picking up just the headlights and then backing out of their driveway. So I think there are a lot of things that led law enforcement to believe that it's not them. But I also believe if we keep beating a dead horse, we're going to be missing the big picture. We feel that we need to start taking the stuff that we know to be true, right? We know that this person obviously was there at the house multiple times. Was this person somebody known to that resident, or somebody that was hired to go to that resident, or somebody that just fell on that resident by dumb luck? Right? There's three options here of what brought this guy to that location. Now, if you go down these avenues, it does feel very personal. But what does that personal mean? Does that personal mean that it's like an old employee? Does that personal mean maybe a distant relative that feels jaded? Does that personal mean that this person is a stalker of Savannah Guthrie and just wanted to hurt Savannah because she's not paying this guy attention? What does that mean? I think that if we take the core things that are pointing us to Tommaso, and listening to what is pointing us to Tommaso and start applying that to other people, we might come across a person of interest or a suspect. Because in my opinion, when law enforcement dismisses them or says, hey, they're cleared, right? Let's say that they say they're cleared. They're no longer a person of interest. They've cooperated fully. We know for a fact that they're cleared. Until some new information comes up, we should take that and move it to the side and sit it there for a little bit and go back to the drawing board, removing them. And that's kind of what I did. And so when I look at this case, it still feels ultra familiar. So why does it feel that way? For me, I feel like this person here was a hired hit. I feel like this was not anything. This is going to blow our mind. This is going to blow our mind, much like the Brian Koberger case did.
This
and
has nothing to do
do I
with
think
it.
this person is a serial killer? To be honest with you, I don't know. Okay, honestly, I really don't know. But in Brian Koberger, nobody even thought of him. Nobody even thought. I remember sitting, and I say this all the time, so much so that when I talk about the case, I feel like a broken record. I remember that Olivia and I were staying in Washington, the state of Washington, because it was right over the border, but it was cheaper for us because we were on a budget.
Oh, I remember quite well, Betty. I remember how you attacked the surviving victims. I remember how you and Olivia went down there to search for the murmur weapon, but you never searched a damn thing. All you did was bitch and complain and drive around. Yeah, I remember I reviewed it, Betty. I told you to get one of them dumpsters. You kept pointing them out, but you wouldn't get out the car and go look in one. You wouldn't lift the lid and look in one. And then, remember how excited you were? Because they had a huge community garden associated with the agricultural department at the university. And lo and behold, there was a shovel there. Remember how excited you were? But you wouldn't climb over that fence and check that shovel. And let me tell you something. It was evident that shovel hadn't been used. It hadn't been moved since before winter started. But yeah. And you pointed out there was a lake. Yeah, a whole lake. Yep. And there's a hole here in the ground. But you didn't bend down and look, did you? I told you should have gotten that water. You could have found something. But you wouldn't do it. You didn't actually do nothing. Typical. But I'm telling you, you missed out on the dumpster situation. You ever hear of dumpster diving?
Budget, we're going out there to cover this case. It cost us a massive amount of money to go halfway across the country and stay there for weeks at a time.
Because Olivia threw a fit and didn't want to wait for the next plane, so she had to have a better ticket and fly out immediately. And she needed this and she needed that, and she was a little princess. And shut up. Y'all thought You was going to go down there and live for 8 weeks, too. You tried that, telling everybody you needed $10,000. That didn't go over well either, did it? You can't even raise money for your own legal defense. And you talking about raising money to out the sheriff from Sumner County to support another candidate to run for sheriff? You don't have a vote there, Betty. You're irrelevant. The local community did not come out and support your get rid of the sheriff crap, did they, Betty? Not at all. In fact, people that live there actually have said they're pleased with their sheriff. You're not, because your feepies got hurt, because you got arrested for your own actions, your own behavior. You got POs against you because of you. It was your videos that the judge used to grant the POs. You're the one that got caught lying to the judge under oath, Betty. Remember that? I do. How many frivolous court documents have you filed lying? And you knowingly filed a frivolous injunction and RICO lawsuit. Just like you went after Queen. With all lies. All because you were butthurt because somebody said that you bonked Dolly? Honey, I'd be embarrassed to admit that I had a one-nighter with that thing too. But still, you don't sue somebody for telling the truth.
So we were partnering together and splitting the cost so we could
Go play
cover
poker.
the case.
Got to go play poker.
Part of that budgeting was staying in Washington
I hope
State
you
because
win.
it was just cheaper. Well, we were sitting at this local coffee house, and I remember I was sitting. This wasn't the first time we were at the coffee house, but for whatever reason,
Cash, you're going to be proud of me. I splurged. Not only did I spend $2 on a quick pick, but I spent $3 on a scratch-off ticket, and I won $5. I won all my money back, and I didn't check my free quick pick or my quick pick. I don't know if I even won my. I don't want to check because I'll be mad if I lost my $2. But it's a rarity. I never ever do that. I don't know why I did it, but hey, I won my $5 right back. You can't go wrong there. Probably won't ever do that again for months to come, but you never know.
Reason I didn't notice that Washington State University was literally across the street. And I'm like, we had already heard about potential, college or university rivalries.
That's okay. I didn't even know I won. So, I mean, it's a crossword game. Look, you know that the vowel sounds are given. You're getting them all. So, there's always a sequence of letters you're not going to get because that's what you need the most of, and that's going to give you the big wins, of course. So I just hand the ticket to the lady and say, hey, can you tell me if I won? Because I have no idea. So I didn't even know I won. So she told me.
Pretty crazy rivalry, if true, but we heard about it. And of course, I look up and there's that sign. Just this day, I happened to see the sign. This day was December 1st. Okay, if you guys know anything about the story, they had just identified Brian Koberger's Elantra the night before and put him on the list the first time that they ever heard of a Brian Koberger, just the evening before. Just the evening before.
Because it's
I'm
not,
standing out in front of
guess what? Because law enforcement kept a very tight lid on that case. It was not your business to know. You're not relevant in any of these cases, Betty. You are not on a need to know level. They do not have to clear anything with bull score. They don't care that you're a super zero or a professional piece of shit. You need a t-shirt that says PPOS. I'm telling you. But okay.
Washington State University, wondering, is it possible, right? So this was a left field person that felt ultra personal, ultra jaded. It looked pretty personal and pretty angry. Everything that we know about it being personal, this guy didn't even know these people. Brian Koberger was not friends with Ethan, Xana, Kaylee, or Maddie. He wasn't. So it was a left field guy.
No, Betty, actually that's in cases like that where there's multiple murmurs. Usually they don't. But whatever. Okay.
That even though this felt very, very, very personal, you know what I'm saying?
Again,
very,
what does this have to do with Nancy Guthrie? totally different cases, Betty. So totally different.
Very personal. And there you have it. So I think that this is going to be have a Brian Koberger effect. I really do. I think the person that it ultimately is it's going to make us gasp. Brian Koberger made us gasp. Made us
gasp? No,
it's nice
not
to
really.
see you all. Who do we have in here? Hello.
Usually it's the least person you'd expect to do those kind of crimes that actually do those kind of crimes. No, not gasping, but whatever.
Oh, Mo, Jacob, it's nice to see you. Deanna, James, it's nice to see you.
Did you see where that college professor won her lawsuit? Millions of dollars she was awarded in damages against that TikToker that claimed she knew all about it and stuff. Yeah, she won. Good for her.
Mo, thank you. Thank you for your comments. But they knew when she would be back. That's not true. I don't agree with that, Mo, because it happened at 2 o'clock in the morning. Who's not home at 2 o'clock in the morning? What elderly person do you not know that's at home at 2 o'clock in the morning? I don't know too many 84-year-olds, partying it down at the local pub. I'm just saying. But this happened at 1:47 in the morning. I have to say, if it was somebody from that house, I would have to think that they would have done this a lot earlier. Sorry, I got chapped lips from Tennessee. Sorry, guys.
Okay, well, you're Tennessee, you're in trouble. She's going to be suing you next for her chapped lips.
Split. So please don't mind me. I know this is kind of gross, but my lips hurt. 84-year-old woman that.
Do you ever hear just shutting the camera off while you do that kind of stuff? You don't have to gross anybody out. Nobody needs to see it, Betty. Do you ever hear, clicking the camera off for a minute? Look, I don't care these people eat while they're live. That's on them. They want to get as big as a houseboat. But damn, shut your camera off or mute yourself, because nobody wants to hear the horse chewing or the cow chewing. Nobody wants to see you shovel pool, gross.
Going missing, does it smell? I agree it doesn't smell right, but we have to look, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. If law enforcement is saying that they're cleared, we need to start looking elsewhere. Not because they said they're cleared, it's because that's a dead end. At this point, it's a dead end. Until something else rears its ugly head, it's a dead end.
Oh,
so
no, not because they're cleared or anything like that. No.
To assume all these things takes us out of Occam's razor. I like to stay kind of in Occam's razor. That means applying the less amount of assumptions. Every time we say, well, what if you did this and what if you did that? That's assuming something to make the story fit for your narrative.
Betty, that's exactly. Girl, thank you. You finally hit the nail on the head about what you do. You try to make shit fit your narrative on the daily. That sums it all up for me. I mean, you pretty much summed up everything about you right there in those couple words.
Facts. I like those facts. And
bitch, you don't know what a fact is. Remember, it's all in your little mind, you said. Just in your little mind. See, I don't forget the things you say. I've been reviewing you for too long.
Based upon
you were one of my first Lolcows. You and Molly Go Lately. And LB. Oh, that deep dive I did on her was a good one. I dug and I found them receipts and put them out. I missed that. I need time to do that again.
Those facts and the facts of the case from legitimate sources, the law enforcement and the FBI says these 6 people are cleared of any wrongdoing. So, I mean, if we keep going down this road, we know we're going to be 100% wrong. So why are we continuing to go down this road? I think we're painting ourselves into a box by constantly looking at Annie and Tommaso. And I don't like being in a box. I like being on the
boy, you flip yourself, don't you? Because you said the exact opposite just yesterday.
Outside of the box, because I like thinking outside of the box, right? And I think by looking at them, only them, we're enclosing ourselves in a very tight box and putting a lot of eggs in one basket. When we're already being informed, we're probably putting the eggs in the wrong basket. Now, if we feel that it's family, what other family is there? The family doesn't stop and end with Nancy and the 3 kids, right? There's families. Think about what about the in-laws? Cameron has in-laws. Savannah has in-laws. Annie has in-laws. Nancy is a widow. She had a husband who was their brother, sisters. We were talking about it earlier on the show about, back when Nancy was being raised, a lot of people had farms. So they had 10 and 12 children, they had a lot of kids to help run that farm. how many siblings does Nancy have, and how many of their families? You know, does anybody feel jaded in the family? Like, oh, we're never even invited now that Savannah's made this become this famous person. We're not even allowed to go hang out with him for Christmas. You know, that kind of thing. You know, it makes you wonder. But the reason why I'm asking, did they lose hope?
She was a host on the Today Show, for Christ's sake.
In this case,
What
because
okay, whatever.
it's my understanding. And, you know, this is going to sound really horrible. And I can, you know, I like to play the tape through. So I already know this. What I'm about to say
she is
probably going to rub some people the wrong way, and I can promise you that's not my intention. But there's no way to really say this other than saying it. And it's just an observation, and it's a hurtful observation, but an observation.
Oh, now, Beej, you want to know how to do a deep dive? Watch my LB stuff. I showed proof of the shit she did. I mean, I had receipts. It's under videos on my channel back when I was just doing uploads and couldn't do lives yet because I couldn't go live. My old laptop couldn't handle the bandwidth. It was come on, it was still Windows from 10 years ago. Yeah, it wasn't doing it. But yeah, I showed the text messages. I played the calls. I showed it all. Mm-hmm.
It sounds like this whole orchestration, this whole event that they did, you know, outside the house to show their mom and the memorial respect. I understand why they waited. You know, it was a spectacle out there, and them going out there and doing that with all that media there. It would have been.
My opinion on LB has never changed, and it never will. She is nothing but a wannabe Katie Joy. Always has been, always wanted to be Katie Joy. She has mimicked Katie's everything.
Spectacle. Everybody would have been running up to the family. Everybody would have been sticking cameras and microphones into their face, trying to
remember when she tried to do true crime? She tried to stop doing reality TV and being a Katie Joy simp. She thought she was going to be Molly. Yeah, that was an epic fail. She was so pissed off she wasn't making no money that her husband had to go get a job. She was livid that he wasn't there doing everything, and she had to actually do it. But yeah. And so she went right back to reality TV because the true crime didn't do nothing because she sucked at it. But, yeah. I don't know if she was able to get him to quit his job. I quit. I didn't review her anymore. But, yeah.
From them, they knew what was expected. You know, they picked that opportune time. It was leading up to this time because we knew that the sheriff's trying to move media out, trying to instill some boundaries for privacy purposes. This being a famous family, did he show them different behaviors than somebody else? I'm confident he did. I don't necessarily like it, but I don't necessarily disagree with it either. Okay.
And most of her content was without a crystal ball's content. She would copy without a crystal ball's content. She would use a lot of Katie's content. How did I spend money? I didn't do anything. What are you telling me I spent money for? I just got a message telling me I spent money when I have been live, so I didn't order. Oh my Lord, that's something I ordered this morning and they're just now charging me for it? Oh, good Lord.
We can't have cookie cutter positions because she is famous, and it would bring a lot more people in. And so unfortunately, he does have to treat this case a little differently than a no-name case, right? Just by the sheer situation that we're in. But at the end of the day, I'm hearing Savannah's going back to New York. And I know how close she was with her mom. This is where it's going to be, you know, people are going to probably get a little upset with me. And I say things and I have to deal with the consequences of the statements I make too. But I have, and it's not to be hurtful, but it's going to sound hurtful. It sounds like she's leaving before the last of the media give up on her, you know, on the story and her mom. So I know that that's going to sound horrible, but it's not meant to be. She's heading back to New York. You know, can she stop her life for forever? Probably not. I'm sure this is very, very
exactly the same thing with the Proudfoots, Betty.
As much
you shredded them because they had to go back to work. They have to live. They have to pay the bills.
That she can possibly cry over this. The sheriff did that because people weren't being respectful of Nancy's house. In all honesty, I disagree with that. I didn't see anybody being disrespectful out there, but I wasn't, you know, I wasn't watching 24/7. But who was not being respectful? I didn't see anybody going on her property. I didn't see anybody, looking through her windows. The only time anybody was there was at the very beginning when the crime scene was released, and a few journalists went up to the door to knock, and they noticed the blood, and that's what kickstarted a lot of the stuff off. But news media and breaking news and being out somebody's front door is not disrespectful. It's a right. Actually, it's a protected constitutional right. But if there were,
you're not the media. You're not protected. You're not the media, Betty. Printing up a fake press pass doesn't give you any credentials. You are not credentialed media, Betty.
were people doing wrong, then they should be held accountable. Out of the principle, she shouldn't go back.
I mean, like you trespassing, threatening, harassing, and stalking families of a missing child. You're right. And you did have consequences, and you can't handle that.
Today's show, but that's just me. I agree. Just walking up to the property and filming the blood and everything. Well, nobody knew the blood was there until they walked up to knock on the door. That is required from journalism. When you are running a story, typically one of the things that you do, especially at a house, even if nobody's there, is you go up and you knock on the door and you try to see.
No, if you know nobody's there, why would you go knock on the frickin' door? And Betty, you're not real media. You are not credentialed media. So yeah.
If anybody's in the house and if they'll be willing to talk to you, that's normal and customary in this business. It just is. But at the end of the day, you have to understand without media, without attention on a missing child or missing person case, even elderly people, if you don't have eyes on it, the case is going to go nowhere. So there has to be some type of media. This is a breaking news case. And as you see, much like Gabby Petito's case, people just line up along the road and they're morning, noon, and night. So she was reported missing before media knew. Police should have seen the blood. Well, I mean, we can blame. I think everybody was a little upset that the house. Well, I think
so
it's been.
She thinks that there's an ex that lives in another country that because he has connections to the music industry is the one who hired the hitman.
Reported well that public perception was the sheriff opened the crime scene up way too early. They should have been notified the family to make necessary preparations to clean that property. But I absolutely understand where you're coming from, Anna. It's a tough because you're trying to.
Yeah, I've been through that.
Unfortunately,
that
news is news. So it's hard because you got a job to do, but you're still trying to be sympathetic and empathetic. Sometimes that comes across well, and sometimes it just doesn't. But I think, the one thing I can say out of this whole case with Nancy Guthrie is a lot of people came together to try to help her. A lot of people from different, right now we're in a very political part of our country. Everybody is just being nasty to one another over something so stupid. And, I'm glad people were, I know it was trying to go political, but I think the rest of us just put a kibosh to it. This could have really turned into a shit show, in all fairness, because of Savannah Guthrie, because of her, interview with President Trump, all these things, the Epstein, it could have really went bad. But I think the majority of us, we weren't getting down like that. At the end of the day, this is a grandmother. This is a human being. This is a life. We are part of true crime community, and we only know how to help.
You're part of trauma.
Sometimes I get very frustrated, especially like in the Kata Scott case, where the policies of Krasner, DA Krasner, or State Attorney Krasner, whatever his first name is, actually got Kata killed. Like, he was the responsible party for that. I mean, granted, it was Keon King, but it was his policy that let Keon King out to do this, and then her parents are standing next to him to help him get reelected. And I just thought that made that.
Okay, wait a minute. What, Betty? No one was responsible for her murmur but the person who committed the murmur, Betty.
Myself, I stopped covering that case, but it was after we helped to try to find out what happened, and I will always stand up to help, whether I agree or disagree. Some things upset me very, very much, and so that.
What do you do that helps? Show me one case that you've actually been beneficial in and actually helped. Didn't muck up, didn't become a nuisance, didn't create a circus, didn't spread nothing but misinformation. Show me one. I'll wait, as Laura would say. Is she still around? Does she still know? Is she still around?
The help that I provide on something, but I will absolutely help every opportunity that I can, if I can help. This is a case that I think more eyes on this case, just like all of our cases, always help.
Who's we?
when
What do you
cases die
mean?
down, like right now.
All of your cases, huh? Well, you put a lot of importance on yourself, don't you?
Now this case is going to die down, and it's going to be very sad because now it's going to be years. It's going to be years, and it breaks my heart.
Nothing like a
that it's going to
negative
be years,
Nancy.
you know, for this lady to get justice, if at all. And it's sad, but I truly believe this is something that we probably may have never seen before in a crime, and maybe something very traditional, like a hit. You know, maybe very traditional, like somebody going in the house to burglarize it and rob it, and coming into the sliding glass door into her bedroom, and maybe she woke up and there was something that happened, and you know, maybe she lost her life, and he was scared of being, you know, convicted of homicide, so he took her with him. You know, we don't know what was in this person's head or why he was there. Why he was there is the most concerning for me, because I feel like this is personal. You know, I feel like this is ultra personal. But why? Is it somebody she knows? Because we got to look at Savannah. Savannah had just, and I keep bringing up Mark Orchard because this is why I bring up Mark Orchard. Mark Orchard was her ex-husband. He lives overseas. She had just talked about a toxic relationship with him almost a week prior to.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, within 7 days, her mother is gone, and gone forever. Could he have ordered a hit online to some whatever that he may have known or heard about, because he's in the biz? And trust me, when you're in the biz of producers, and
oh my God, listen to her. He's in the biz. I don't even know what the biz is. And you damn sure aren't a part of, listen to you.
Music stuff, you have a little, I don't know, a little more sources that, you know, so would he be able to find somebody over here to take a hit off a Telegram or Signal or the black web, you know, something like that?
It's called the dark web.
I mean, it's a stretch. We have to assume that he knows how to do that.
The black web. It's called the dark web, you idiot. And just because he was in the biz, okay, why would he take a hit out on her mother and not on her, the one who was doing all the talking? You're an idiot.
But is it possible? The answer is yes. Would that explain why it felt so personal? That would have explained, because this lady lived in the house when she was married to Mark Orchard. Let's not forget. So Mark Orchard would have had to spend, but guess what? It would have been prior to the cameras. Remember, he was shocked about the cameras, didn't know about the cameras. Could that be why this guy looks so sloppy? Was this just payback for leaving her ex-husband? I mean, we do have this whole Mike McKee from Monique and Spencer.
He would get her back, Betty.
Okay, from Ohio, Columbus, Ohio. 8 years they were divorced.
Hey,
and then boom, he rears his ugly head.
Prismo, bitch.
Cameras came later. Yeah, maybe that's why this guy felt comfortable on the property.
Hey, Trey.
Maybe he was hired on the 11th. Hired on the 11th, went over there, scoped out the property, made a plan, and returned on the 31st, 20 days later. 20 days later to her house. Would he have only been there that one time? That's pretty scary. That's pretty scary. This is the one message I do kind of have to everybody that is out there. If you have an elderly mom that is living alone, maybe if you can afford it, you know, get her some cameras and a subscription, or have her buy the cameras and you buy the subscription, or vice versa. Because I feel like if she would have had a subscription, this case, we would know so much more. And it's sad, because she came from wealth. She came from, you know, she had the ability to subscribe and to protect herself. And this is a situation where she lived in her home for so many years.
Exactly.
Sanctuary. She felt utterly
unfortunately,
safe.
Laura's still trying to be relevant. Oh no.
I mean, I feel utterly safe inside my home.
Okay.
But let me tell you, if somebody came inside my home without my permission, that would shake my understanding of what security meant. Okay. You know, if somebody violated that trust, it'd be detrimental.
Right. I'm done with you, Betty. She thinks that it was the daughter's ex-husband who lives in another country, who's in the biz, who hired a hitman because his ex-wife said things about him in an interview. So he hired a hit on the ex-mother-in-law, not the ex-wife. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that don't make no sense. But whatever, Betty. You know, because he's in the biz, you know. He's in the biz. Oh, these people. Maybe, yep. And law enforcement has a ton of information they have not released to the public, and they're not going to while it's an active, open investigation. I mean, that's. Oh, some of these people, they live in such Delulu land. And Delulu land. All right, everybody. Thank you all for hanging with me today. I really wasn't doing much of content. I just wanted to have a discussion about what was going on. I thank you all for being respectful in chat and just speaking your feelings. I appreciate that. Um, and Roro, thank you for coming up. And just thank you, everybody. I really appreciated it today. Um, it's all just some crazy shit. It just, they have to investigate all leads before they put it. Yes, they do. And they're not going to put anything out that could jeopardize their case in any way. We don't know what they have. I hope, and I do pray, and I don't preach the religious stuff, but that the family gets closure, whatever that may be, and whomever did anything to her pays for it. That justice does get served, and I hope sooner than later that whatever they find her, and yeah, it's just. Okay, just be careful. Oh my lord, she's now into wanting to blast music while she's taking a shower. But hey, my daughter obsesses over showers. I hope that never changes. Because teenagers can be finicky, and she's getting close to them teenage years. But yeah, she's very obsessive over her showers. She will, and I hope it stays that way. I don't know what the situation is. I don't know who did what to her, to Nancy. And I'm not going to put out here that there was, I think there was a hit, blah blah blah. I don't know anything like, and Betty don't know anything like that either. In the biz, like she's cold in the biz. Please, that's fake shit. I can't. BHP and BJ both need to step away from Trigger. I agree. That whole instant gratification thing we were talking about. Yeah. It's just, were there mistakes made? In my opinion, yeah, I think there was, as far as not securing the home, the crime scene. Yeah, I do. I think that was a big mistake. Do I think it's going to be detrimental to them finding someone? No, because whatever they were able to secure was still there. But I don't know. It's just wild. I feel really bad for her family and her, and I hope for the best outcome. But it, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be that kind of outcome. I would love it to be, but at this point, I don't think it will. It just whatever. The family needs closure. If someone did harm her, they need to pay for it. There needs to be justice. But thank you all for hanging with me so long. I appreciate it. Thank you for the super chats and the gifted memberships, and for the membership renewals. I appreciate you. You're the best bunch of misfits ever. I don't know who's live because I've been live. So, go where you want to go. Have some fun. Have some laughs. I may try to come on tomorrow. I don't know. I'm looking over some stuff I was sent on Clancy's story and the search warrants and stuff. I do want to talk about some of that. Because that story, that case, it really interests me. have fun with the underwater vacation. Oh yeah, and it's so much fun. Uh-huh. Um, no, and pancakes tomorrow. Ugh. At least I don't have to eat them. But other than yeah, but you just let me know if there's anything you want to talk about. My emails on my channel. I do answer emails. I'll be glad to look into it and we'll talk about it. Um, yeah, do all that YouTube stuff, the thumbs up, the share, the sub up, the commenting, the little emojis, everything helps to get it in the algorithm, hyping it afterwards. And of course, you can become a misfit like the rest of us. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Y'all go out here, be the best misfit you can be, and have some fun. Smile. It's for science. Yeah. I actually enjoy doing that stuff with them. Just the science fair is just a lot. They're so. Oh, and I think I've got to go through it again with him in a couple of years. Oh. But yeah, it'll work and she'll get a good grade. But I'm not doing it for her. She's got to do it. I will not do their work for them because they're not going to learn if I do that. I will assist, but she will do the work. She's the one that needs to earn the grade, not me. I've already done my time. She loves science too, so they took a field trip to a lab and they got to do all these different science experiments the other day. Oh my god, she was in heaven. She just loves that stuff. I'm gonna get her one of those lab kits, that comes with a little microscope and stuff, and she can look at things under. She will love that. No, I had to do my own with the little assistants. Yeah, that's exactly it. I will assist, but she's going to do the work. She has to earn the grade. It's not going to teach her anything if I do it for her. Yeah, I know. I've got all middle school, and she's at the end of 5th grade. She's going to be a 6th grader next year, but we'll have all junior high of science fairs. Yeah, and then by the time then I'll be doing it with him because you know he'll be in 5th grade in 3 years. I'll just be at the tail end of it with her while he's just starting to get started on it. It's like, oh, okay. My husband made the pancakes that my daughter put for her science fair project. Oh, well, they're doing a cook off with pancakes for their St. Patty's Day thing in their special area. So she wants to practice making because she wants her team to win. Their team's of 3, and they're doing St. Patty Day shapes, and the clover shapes, and they're um the cool topping. It's going to be they're going to put food coloring in it to make it green. Yeah, whatever. But she wants to win. So I told her tomorrow she can practice. And she don't even really care for pancakes. I thought it'd be funny. She goes, at least I don't have to eat them. Like, yeah, green. Yep. Sounds yummy, doesn't it? I think it's great though that the schools doing that. The teachers are doing that. So, and like I said, I'm blowing out the water because I got my dates all mixed up and didn't realize Easter was April 5th instead of April 15th. So that kind of put a wrench in my plans. I had to bump things up by 10 days. So yeah, I was shopping away for gadgets and stuff. I got to go out and hit some stores up, and I like everything done and ready so I don't have to do it at the last minute because I don't have time to do it at the last minute. So yeah. And I got to make sure I or get enough eggs for them to die. And I have the Easter bunny set. Well, there's a set to come and hide eggs in the yard. They come around 5, 6 in the morning while you're still sleeping. So when the kids get up, the yard will be full of eggs. Yeah. They get a kick out of that. I'm going to hide their baskets really good this year, though. They're really going to have to look for them. Reminds me of the cupcake science project. Oh, I know one year I did Babylon. I made my own Babylon. It was a land of babies. And me and my mom at the craft store found these little tiny miniature babies. And I glued them everywhere. But it was Babyland instead of Babylon. It was Babyland. It was actually pretty cool. But yeah, I'm going to get off here and go spend the last little bit of time with my littles. We got to read and stuff yet. Get them their snack and get them all settled for the night. But y'all be the best misfits you can be and have some fun out here. All right? Don't take nothing too seriously. All right. See you. Bye.